hello chat. You guys ready for Thursday? Hopefully not the bloodbath day. That's what we're hoping. We're going to put the fence down. I can feel it. Anyway, now for the intro. See you very soon. See, the mute happened again. Anyway, how's it going, everybody in the trading and investing community? We got muted again. You guys know that I do this. Look at this. Fair dinkum, says Soto. I think I do this almost every single time nowadays, but that's okay. Today, it is all about support and resistance, and we know that it is battle royale. It is on between the bears and the bulls. If you're in the bear gang or the bull gang, it's all about that 12,800, 12,750 level for the Nasdaq. For cryptocurrencies, there's a battle there as well. And that one is going to be about that 52,200-ish zone for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin traders, stock traders, we're all combined today into a very serious, very simple narrative. Can we hold the supports? And if we can't, it may be further bear time. Let's go through and get started in the community here. Colin Iverson says, I'm unprofessional. Colin, I feel bad, man. I feel bad. Market crashes on mute days, Shane says. Has that become a thing? I'm not sure. Maybe it has. I've been called out. I'm unprofessional today, but that's okay, because we can get started and we'll improve the professionalness of the stream as we go through. What's happening around the markets? We have some support found in the Nasdaq, some support found in the S&P 500, and then the Russell. The Nikkei was quite strong today, so pretty strong over there. US dollar index not really moving too much through the session. Silver, gold down, crude down, and that Suez Canal, is that even fixed? Let me have a look here. Let me click on news. Let me click on this. Still blocked, it looks like. And I think it's actually pretty hard for them to get it out. Does anyone know if they can get that thing out of there? Supposedly they've sent all these tugboats there and they just cannot push it through. So the Suez Canal thing, is it really a big story? Look, the inevitability is most people can see past it. It could spike things, like it spiked oil a little bit up yesterday, but it's not going to play out in a big long-term thing. It'll be fixed, of course. It's very important that they do this. Most professional streamer by a wide margin, says Dan. I appreciate that, Dan. I appreciate that. So let's get into the technical analysis. Here is the VIX, the volatility index, 3.11%, down today, 20.5. US Treasuries, 10 year, something we've been looking at. Not really looking very strong at all. In fact, I would almost just go through and put this little bit of a trend line in here, just saying, yeah, it's been declining. And it's in a pretty much straight decline at this stage. But most of you are here for two things, and I'm sure that is probably cryptocurrency and stocks today. And the reasons why are clear when we have a look at, boom, that Nasdaq. So yesterday we had our 13,000 level support. We had our 13,176, I think it was, resistance. And we came in pretty weak. We broke through immediately with a serious candle underneath that 13,000. And as we know, and this is the one thing that's actually important about technical analysis, and Tom, some people say, Tom, you said that range yesterday was important. It was important. But when it closes below on a serious time frame, let's zoom it in. Let's zoom that one in because we can still learn from these things. What happens here is, do we buy this zone? Traditionally, we do not, because when that closure occurs on a significant time frame, it moves to the next level. And the next level was down here. This is what we call the participation. So the bear participation phase. Now, the bull's time is to show whether they can move up. But I'll say this thing about the futures. This is like a terrifying, horrible futures session because really it's looking like a little flaggy up. That's not very cool. We don't like that if we're bears. I mean, we don't like that if we're bulls on the market. We need this thing to find support and find support quickly throughout the session. I expect instant testing of this low at some point, unless something changes in the narrative, because most of the time the market will want to test the lows before it returns. Things that we're looking for today on the S&P 5, on the Nasdaq is going to be a test, a pull up, and if we get a new high, so we break through that, then we've created a small, shorter time frame double bottom. Now, if we start really heavy, where are we going to find resistance, guys? It is going to be the previous support. Standard swing principles within the bigger trend, within the bigger range. There's a ship stuck in the Suez Canal. It's going to take a while, and it will impact oil and the economy. So I think it's 10 days to go around from what I was reading. So it takes 10 days for them to bring the ship around the coast instead. Very important that they get that blocked. And I've heard that it is taking a while to get it through. But they're sending the ships. They're sending in the army of the tugboats. I might get a video and watch it on stream when they get it out. It's going to be pretty cool. I assume they're just going to ram it out. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they've got to take things off at first. I'm no engineer. I don't understand those things. What we do understand here is the TA. So here are the supports. This is why this level is so important. Here are the concerns. Okay, the concerns are, as I mentioned in the video today, we've come down to this level before. We've bounced up. We've come down to this level before. We bounced up. Good. It created a precedence of what should happen. We've moved up. We've come down. And then we've moved up and hit a lesser resistance. So we should have reached 13,300 if we were in a very strong market. What did we not do, guys? We didn't reach the 13.3. And I'm a bit sad about that because usually in a nice bust of a right shoulder, let's say, it'll go like this. In all good, beautiful TA, if I was day trading it, let's say, and I wasn't investing, and a lot of you are buying stocks that you like at these points and everything like that, but if I was day trading it, this is what I would actually have expected. A series of higher peaks or higher highs and higher troughs or higher lows. When you get those through the sequence, what's it telling us about the market? An incredibly important lesson on everything you do in trading is it is momentum and it is sentiment. Use the price action to show us the sentiment. I don't particularly like what I'm seeing there. So today must be green. No more red, only green at this level. Literally the fence, the gauntlet will go down early in the session. We're going to have to double fence, barbed wire. Everything's going to have cattle on each side. We need everything to support that level if you're in the bull squad today, that's for sure. They will make up any news to jack oil prices up, says Darth Sidious. It's possible, yeah. Somali pirates are thrilled, A King says, buddy. Where do you see the markets going this week? It really comes down to this level here. Learn to code. Jason says they've been stuck in the port offshore for over a month anyway. Check the harbors and shipping. Okay. The Sus Canal, says Rob. Is momentum coming out of the markets? So you're talking about volatility and just extreme moves. Yes. But extreme moves can happen at any point in time. So really, is momentum coming out of the markets, you would say, from the extremities that we saw maybe last year? Yeah, it's becoming more cool, more calm, more collected, but actually better trading. So a lot of people say to me, Tom, how good was trading last year? It wasn't really trading. It was just like buy the hyper dip and you can't trade so much. Trading actually comes after. That's more like investment planning and maybe taking some swings on the way up. But everyone can be an absolute beast during those times, because if you just buy all the way through it, how can you go wrong? It just keeps going up. Stock market stonks only go up, yeah? When they don't always go up and they go into a sideways movement, that's when the day trader evolves. That's when the scalper evolves. So I hope to take this stream into those sessions in the future, but I still think we've got some volatility for now. So key levels for today, guys, for the Nasdaq, straight away, 12,750, 12,008. If it starts to move up, expect 13,000 to be resistance, and then we've got our 13,300 and 13,176. They're all important areas. Now, we'll start off with BTC before we go back into the market, because I think this session is incredibly important for BTC. It hit the 57,000 yesterday after the Elon news, and people correctly did their due diligence on that potential thing. Now, does anyone out there know why the Tesla news about Bitcoin is nowhere near as good as many people thought it was? And I'll give you a hint. It's got to do with something to do with the transaction. Does anyone know? I'll ask the community right now. Very important that we do that. Is my voice quiet? Let me bring this up. Is that okay? Should be nice and loud now. I'll put it here. It should be okay. Hey Tom, did you cover GME? Not yet. We will soon. Okay, let's go through this BTC. Let's go to the 4 hour, probably the best time frame to trade BTC. 4 hour daily best time frames. Here we've had some scary candles and what could become a good candle. So we've got effectively a long leg doji. That's this candle here. Let's dissect this. Let's get in here. 52,200 met. Now, we knew it was a support. I've talked to you about this 10 times, 20 times in videos. I've been talking about the 5220. I'll explain why. But this area here became support. It dropped, the falling knife came through, it held. Then it came up, fully rejected straight into it. Now, that's actually a bearish looking candle. Some people call this the pin bar. Some people call it a shooting star. It's not so important at this zone. What is important is how this closes. So if this closes bullish above not only this candle here, the long leg doji, remember indecision candle, but also above the shooting star, what are we getting? We're getting sentiment is bullish. Let's return back to at least the 54,000 at that point. Now, it may not seem like much, but there's some little scalps and day trades that you can put in that position to go through to that zone. That's trading. You're really honing in on that momentum. The other thing that it does is it starts to, well, not only does it put pressure on the 54, which is going to be a problem for Bitcoin, but then we can start talking about the conversation of getting back up. Before we close above here, it's still bearish. You cannot really, unless you're prepared to hold it and hodl it throughout time and you like the 52,000, it's not really a buy zone yet for your longer term positions. You haven't got that through. Let's see if anyone got this one right. Here we go. Yeah, a few of you got it right. Absolutely. Capital gains tax, absolutely. But Peruvian gold got it right. Costs 24% to buy in BTC. So the fees are insane in America for that Tesla car. It is insane. You cannot buy any of the cars without being a little bit crazy with BTC in America. So it has to be some other country that is, I'm sure someone will. They'll be like, yo, I just pay 24% on top. Why not? I want to do it. But most people will not do that. So it may not increase the scarcity as much as you think. Previous resistances became support. This was a very clear zone that we struggled through before. How you always know a zone like this is going to be important is how the market reacted last time. So see how the market blew through this top and then it just went and exploded? That means that this is a key level. And we know also over on this left-hand side, it's been key as well. So very important zone for Bitcoin. We continue to watch this throughout the session today, and we will go back to it several times. There is no doubt we have to be on top of this one. Now, Ethereum actually already showing more bullish intentions. Very strange. Ethereum dropped more from top to bottom. I actually measured them before the stream, and I think this one was about, I'll measure it again. Let me get the measure, whatever. So this one is 21%. I think top to bottom, BTC was about 17%, 16%. So it is a lot further down. But notice this same signal is happening right now. Closure in 44 minutes. Where do we expect it to go? 1666. Find some level of resistance selling. So that support will become resistance. The 20 moving average here will hit it on the 4 hour. One touch resistance, two touches resistance. It becomes the most important point for Ethereum today. You'll see how BTC dictates many of the trades and many of the things. Always draw through whenever you can the bodies. That's the most important when it comes to drawing your support resistance. Very key level around that 1666. ADA fans looking okay as well. Very similar setup. Straight rejection before. Probably for ADA, I still want to clean above 116, maybe 117. And when we get through these wicks and get a closure above here. So when you get a closure above here, what have you done on the 4 hour? You've gotten through the 20 moving average, the red zone, the 200 simple moving average, and the 50 moving average. Guys, that is such a big deal if you get through that. Because when you do this, what happens when it pulls back and it maybe finds some level of support? You've got previous support, resistance, resistance, previous resistance, previous support. It's like a minefield across there. And then all of the moving averages will also be dynamic support for you. So ADA actually looks really sweet on the charts. I like it a lot, but I like it at the right levels. And that is above the 117, above the 118 from a technical perspective. Obviously, make your own informed choices when you're thinking about these types of things. But yeah, 117, it's just a roadblock across the board here from the last couple of weeks, really ever since 13th of March to now. What do you guys think on ADA? Do you like this coin right now? Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Chuck it in the room. What do you guys think of ADA? Are you bullish or bearish on this one? Yeah, we'll talk about quite a few things today, don't worry. My portfolio of shorts has been multiplying daily. Bull run is over, says John S. Fair enough. I know you've been bearish for a couple of days now, or maybe weeks, actually, John S. So you've been doing okay. FX Evo, how do you get that percent tool? So the percent tool is just over here. It's called Measure on TradingView. Now, you can't see it because I've cut it off. 1 second. All right, here it is. This one here. Okay, Measure, and then you can bring it in. There you are. That's how you bring it up. Perfect. Bullish, bullish, bullish. ADA good long term. Bearish, bearish. Few bearish. ADA is the next XRP. Well, that's not good. We don't want to be the next XRP. Like an XRP good day or an XRP really bad day. ADA will be interesting. DOT, really heavy falls here on DOT. It was pressuring up, and then all of a sudden we just keep getting that 40 barrier, and it came right back down. But it found some nice wick buying, and it instantly hit that 27 in the reprice. And I think a lot of this has got to do with the fact that it's moved so heavily. It's a relatively new coin, as we know, and it's moved so heavily in this trend. So it hit down around that 27, hit about 27.43 during the low, instantly bounced again after a sell-off, and now we're going into some big problems. So basically, what is the next level? Well, I'm always going to have my alert above 38.40, just in case from a day trading perspective. Why? Because there's been no daily closes above that for quite some time, and anything above here will probably trigger going and testing the new highs. Whenever that occurs, I don't know, but it's very important to have it there, and I will always leave these things. They're like landmines on the chart for when I forget about it. So the support held at this stage. All of these wicks, all of these previous buying areas are finding some area of support, and I think DOT presents probably a bigger decline. I mean, if we look here from top to bottom, what is it? Down near the low 30% almost instantaneously, and we're down 23.55% even at this price from just a few days ago. So DOT really trading fairly large, and that's what these alts do. Not as strong on the charts as ADA though. ADA has a much better setup. XRP doesn't care. It came down a little bit too extended through the 50 cents, hit 50 cents back, and then now is bulling off that zone with the SEC situation. And LTC, really disappointing. I am super concerned for this coin's future, and I feel like the bulls are only here purely just to buy it when there's nothing else to buy and to get it up to a price. The actual bag holding, or the amount of bullishness in LTC compared to years ago, back when I traded in 17 on this, back when I traded before that, it is gone. This is bad. I don't like it. I'm going to put a big line through it. Why has it disappointed me? This particular area, when we had that trend line and we had that little bit of buying, it just kept failing to get through. And I had to actually cut this one. I thought this would be a little bit better trade. It was crap. It just couldn't find bullish momentum. And when that happens, I lose faith in the position, I lose faith in it, and I'm done. I'm not coming back. Maybe it's good, but I feel like these other coins have superseded it. I feel like they've superseded it. One second, just clicking this. Okay, so I've got some. One sec, John Ray. Gotta probably get rid of you, bro. Can't be doing that, sir. Okay. Let's move forward. Where are we on the rainbow? Where is the rainbow? Is that changed? Well, the rainbow hasn't really changed. Of course, most things are still intact in terms of the halving. Where were we during the 17 run? So this was the end of the 17 run. This was around... Okay, so around the middle of the year for the 17 run. So we're actually way ahead of schedule. And we know that because whenever we look at these types of things, you can see we're ahead of schedule. But there is those declines that came through. And let's call it that there is more. Let's say there is potentially 100,000 in Bitcoin by the end of the cycle. It's still probably overdue some further pullbacks. And I know that seems weird, but I could see it coming back a little bit more throughout the next couple of months. It's going to be a very volatile time in crypto, and then maybe we'll have a very strong end of the year, but we're well above where we should be at this stage, and that's probably partially why it's pulling back. Also, we need more corporate investment, and I've talked about how I don't think it's going to 260 during this cycle or any of those numbers. I just don't think it's possible. I want to mention this. This is, of course, a website that I use just to have a look at what Ark's purchasing. It's very important for day traders to know what's going on there. It was very, very important because if we know what they're doing and we know what they're purchasing, sometimes it gives us a bit of a glimmer into what's going to be hot that day or not. I noticed yesterday that they actually got more PLTR. Now, someone said before, I'm concerned they're not buying more TDOC, Tom. Yeah, they can't really buy any more TDOC. They bought so much TDOC already. How can they buy any more? It's going to be very difficult for them to buy more TDOC at this stage. So PLTR was purchased in a decent quantity yesterday. PayPal, interestingly, was sold. So obviously not one of their high conviction plays at these prices. That's an interesting one. Then we go down. Zoom was also purchased. They've been buying a lot of that. Facebook sold. So it's pretty much a similar strategy they always use. They buy big tech as their hold kind of philosophy. That's their cash philosophy. And then when they get a higher conviction trade, they get out of big tech and go into that. And that's why they were selling Facebook and they were selling some other portions. It's a strange philosophy, definitely very new. But somebody was concerned about TDOC. The reason why you can't really be too concerned about TDOC is you look at the weight rankings. Look at these weight rankings. Look how much TDOC's gone up. TDOC, in terms of conviction, is the highest it has ever been for some time. This is some time here in the fund. So TDOC is clearly very, very, very hot on Ark's list. So if we're following that kind of concept, you'll notice which ones they've dropped down. But Yeah, Tesla always maintained, but TDOC's been so purchased they can't purchase anymore. It's just not going to be possible for them. We'll go into AMC and GME right now, and we've got a donation coming in from Rasta Hall, US $5. Can you take a look at SI, Silvergate Capital Corp? Certainly can. Thank you for getting the party started today, Rasta. I do appreciate your support. Elon buying the Bitcoin right now. Is he buying the Bitcoin right now? Has he made some like actual tweet about it or just something else? What's the link for this website? Yep, if you want to get that link, we'll probably post it in the room, but you can also go to the description down below, click on the best TA software, and if you end up purchasing one of the plans on it, helps the channel out, so always do that. TeleDoc dropped. Is it a good entry point in the current market? Thanks, says Expat. We will look at TDoc in just a few moments. PLTR, more selling pressure. Another lock XP coming up March 29. I tell you, PLTR has me worried. That was a terrifying close yesterday. We will look at it. AMC and GME, though. Let's just quickly go through these. So here's GME. And yeah, look, not much goodness is here. Pre-market, it's up 5.2%. I understand it may bounce, but this is not the close that you were looking for yesterday. It really isn't. We're back down into the 120. That historically has not been the hold point. So historically, it's held around those 80s and 90s zones. I remember the first crash when it came through here. We were looking out on the stream. Where did it go to? It went to 90 a lot of the time. So did 120 kind of hold it up? Well, not really. And that's why, even though it's up today and it may go green today, I'm a little concerned about the eventual decline on it. Now, I saw a little bit of news out about it. But from a TA perspective, that is not the type of movement that we do want. We want to hold quality supports. And this is not really a quality support at this stage. It's probably going to be somewhere around 90 that's going to be the quality support. So we broke through yesterday everything. We got through the 158. We got through the 173. We went down, and we kind of thought that was going to happen for some time since we've had that sloping decline here. And now I could see it going back to 90. What do you guys think? Do you reckon it can go to 90? Are you bullish on GME today? I know many of you are just going to say, yeah, I'm bullish, Tom. I'm going to downvote you because you're saying $90 and you're a moron. But overall, unfortunately, that is the reality of what I've seen before on this pair, what has happened, and also the sentiment. So it's 6.37% up in pre-market, 128. So we can't disregard that. But the problem is this damn 90 zone. What do you guys think? 90 or is it going up from now? Which one? Rob Schwartz says PLTR going to 10. I could see a little bit higher than that, Rob, but certainly could go down here. PLTR will be around $19 next week, says Mike Smith. Yeah, there's some serious lows that could go there. GME to 25, says Donkin Dave. Gap fill around 90, says Sam. GME to 50, says Amateur Day Trader. 90 is a tasty dip. It really is a very interesting zone. That zone. Do I like the stock there? 90 is just such a great level of previous purchasing power. And I feel like it'll be a psychological, but we'll watch it throughout the session. We'll see how it's going. 6% up pre-market here. That's good for you guys. 4.77% up for AMC. AMC, disappointing. Actually, very disappointing considering the open of the session. Let's go into the smaller timeframes and have a look at the open of the session yesterday. So we opened up and we pretty much bounced. We opened around here. We went straight into $11. And that was looking good. And I said we get a closure above 11, we can move to 12. But you can't use smaller timeframes. In fact, I didn't look at the 15-minute here. Even the 15-minute didn't close. Even the major, like a more major time frame. So this time frame didn't close. Wow, that is insane. So we didn't even get through here. And then because we didn't get through here, we couldn't move to the next level. We couldn't show the confirmation. And it tried a few times. See these little candles? It tried a few times with keeps of failing, false breakout with no closure. And I would have been looking for a closure at all points there if I was trading this during the day. If you don't get it, it will not move to the next level. Then we've got basically even further sell off. We moved under the 10 after hitting the 10 again, finding some buy pressure. And now the 10 is going to be the barrier. So in 944 in the pre-market, Will $10 be reached today? It certainly could be, and then it could reject off this area. But $10 will be the key for all of us looking at AMC. We need to hold there, and $9 is going to be your buying pressure support. I don't think 9's a strong level. In fact, in the past, it's been like a 7. But yeah, 10 is what we're looking for from the resistance side. Bust through that on a 15, then you can start to get more bullish on it. But until it closes above, it's not looking good at all. And that's just the unfortunate truth of the TA. There's not much else to say. It's been a steadily declining ship here with small rallies, but every rally is getting squashed the whole way through. Let's now answer that question from the donation there. Sorry, it took me a while to get round to it there, Rasta. Let's have a look for you. That is the Nasdaq Silvergate. Okay. SI Silvergate Capital Corporation. All right. Let's go to the weekly. Silver's an interesting one because where is the precious metal? It's actually under 25. So it's 24.89 at this stage. Let's go down to the daily. It's right around support here in the pre. In the post there. The pre for silver. Oh, this is actually a Capital Bank. Whoops. I've never traded it. Silvergate Capital Corporation. Well, it's on support. I thought it was actually going to be, 2.38 billion. Lol, that's funny. All right. Well, TA-wise, you are on the support. And that's the good news. The good news is you're on the support and the 50 is held. Also, we've seen a general movement back into financials a little bit here. But why is this one been dropping? So if this is a regional bank. Regional bank. Well, it's on the support. If it's going to hold, it's going to hold here. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, it has to hold here. If it doesn't, could go to a weekly 20, and you don't want that. It's make or break at this level. Things that we look for, and banks will usually give you this type of signal. Double bottoms, bullish hammers, probably need 2 wick rejection buys here. A nice engulf on a daily. Another thing that you might see, something like this, rejection candle from the top down, and then a closure above that. That's the type of thing that I would be looking for buying pressure. But at this stage, you're catching the falling knife and just saying, okay, I believe the 50 held last time. I believe this is support. Let's buy through. Pre's 127.30. It's not that strong, but it is the level that you would be having a nibble if you believed in it or you were looking at picking it up or whatever else. But yeah, that's not related to silver. It is not related to silver. Let's scroll down through the ones here. We've got Troy Moo. I know who you are. $7.99, Troy. Even though that's not your real name, because I know. He says, hi, beautiful Tom. Please look at the XLM. All right, Troy. We'll have a look at XLM. This is just because you love this way too much. Yeah, you've been having a fight about XRP versus XLM recently on the chats on this one. So let's check it out. Let's see what Troy has to say here. This isn't actually as good. This isn't actually as good as XRP, is it? It really isn't. It is on support. So good news, Troy, it's on support. Who knows how much you have of this coin. And it was previous resistance. Lots of wicks. Body closure is actually just underneath. So really where this line should be is actually on that body close. So right across there. That's why that's the most important area for it, which is 34.9 cents. It's bounced, which is very nice. Let's go to the 4 hour. Similar setup to Bitcoin. Not a long leg doji here, but yes, a rejection candle followed by a potential bull candle. If it can bull through this zone, then you're waiting for it to go back up to just underneath the 40, probably around 39 cents. It will probably have problems at 39 cents and you need it above 40. When it gets back above 40, you're in the green. It's okay. But yeah, it's caught the falling knife for now. It's right on the support. And this is why that BTC 52,200 is so important. Because if these things get through these supports, it's going to be a bloodbath. Unfortunately, it is going to be a bloodbath. A decline a really big level of consolidation, and the last level. Because where's the next level for this? You're not going to like what I'm about to say. It's probably down there. Look, it could stop at 31 because there is a little bit there. So it's one of these two levels, but both aren't that great and both present pretty big percentages. So percentage down to here, 11, percentage down to the other location from here would be 31%. So you probably don't want either of those. Nice closure if it happened here. And if you did get this daily close like a bullish hammer and then a flow through effect where you get some kind of close above that or even momentum against it, everything looks good. Back up to the 39, get through 40, then you can start to attack the 44s. So they're the key zones I'd be looking at. John S., $3 donation. Thank you so much, John S. Appreciate your support and having you in here every day. It's always awesome. Said, how's it going? It's going good. It's going real good. Rox Fern, US $9.99. As a brand new trader, where do you suggest I can start learning TA charts like a foreign language right now? Respect your channel and guidance. Okay, so you've got a couple of different things. I mean, obviously, we do have our course, which should be actually in the chat. Did I not put it in there? Let me have a look here. We do have our course, and I wrote, that's in English though. So if you don't speak English, it is going to be hard. Now, where could you learn it that isn't in English? That's very interesting. That's a good question. I would probably say, I'm not sure if it, does Investopedia have like, Investopedia is not really TA though. Most of the free services, the problem with them is a lot of them. So it's a great question that you ask, but I just don't know. Oh yeah, I do have it in the link. It's okay, it's there. But I don't know with another language. Which language do you speak there, Roxfern? Let me know if it's not US, or not American, or English or whatever. And if it isn't, I'll see if I can get back to you by the end of the stream or somewhere through this stream for sure. The game is up for GME, says James Hess. ES is breaking lows. Okay, interesting. Let's see if oil swings green before the bell. Let's have a quick load up oil here. Oil's still in a decline, actually. Overall, failed to make a new high, even after that Suez Canal kind of stuff came through. Do we have some type of trend coming through here? Not really. I don't think there's any trend line that's worthwhile drawing. All you're looking at for oil is approximately that resistance getting broken to go bullish again on it, and anything under there still in a relative bear trend. Thank you so much to the 1,440 people joining us already today. I do appreciate it. Oh, okay, just like learning like charts like a foreign language. I don't think it was. Oh, okay, yep. Thank you very much, Dave. I was reading a bit quickly. Yeah, so I think our course is probably the best one. If you want free services, Baby Pips has some free services, but they don't have the specifics to do with actually real world trading. It depends how fast you want to do it. I mean, you can also just do it hardcore by watching this stream and going through just thousands of hours in the charts. That will also improve it. But yeah, look, it depends how fast you want to improve your skills, because you will make mistakes if you try to do it yourself. You will make more mistakes and will end up costing you a lot of money. I'm sure a lot of people can attest to the mistakes they've made out there. So US oil, we're looking at a $62 break to get it back bullish. If you have a look here on the daily, it's bounced a little bit, but really it was all looking super bearish. When it got through 57, I was thinking for sure this thing would be coming back down to all the way back down to the 20 exponential moving average. And it still maintains that I'm not that interested in oil until it gets back down to the 20 exponential moving average on the weekly. And at this point, Tom will be like, not bad, interesting area. If it gets above 62, I'll also be like, not bad, interesting area. Will Justin, $5. Great work as always. Thank you so much. Did well selling the Russell 2000 yesterday. Oh, that's awesome. The 4 hours does not look pretty again. Will a double bear flag happen? Okay, IWM. This is the Russell 2000. Oh yeah, that's a nasty looking candle yesterday, isn't it? So today down 0.76. It seems to be a pretty brutal attack here. Even the markets now are red across the board. So we've actually got the NAS putting pressure on the support almost immediately, 12,783. So yeah, with the Russell, we were talking about this level down here, the 207 being breached and hit again. And I think that looks like it's likely, at least at some point, 211 or 212 down to the 207. This area right here, there will be buying pressure, you would think, just there. And that's because previous little bit of buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure again. Very important we watch that area. Let's have a look at the smaller time frames. You were saying 4 hours doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. No. There's no flag in here, though, in terms of bearishness on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 2 hour. Let's go down the 1 hour. Okay. 15. Don't think it's even following that much of a trend there. 1 hour again. It's accelerating away. Okay, that's interesting. So when you have a moving average that may be respecting and then it starts to accelerate away from that, usually that means it's extending past a level that it must come down to. It's like over here. See how it started extending a little bit too quickly? It changed the moving average that it was finding support at. So a really good tip if you want to follow something and know that it's going to break and going to destroy you at some point is when something hyperextends. So this actual bearish movement here on IWM is probably too aggressive. And that means that if it does come down here, which seems inevitable, it'll try to get down to the 207, it will probably be so heavily extended past the moving averages that it will find buying pressure there, because it's come down not in a steady process, but just a bang straight through. So yes, it's catching a falling knife, but I expect some buying pressure to come through this area. Let's have a look now at, that's pretty much my answer there, Will. Thank you so much for the donation. Let's have a look at our pre-market. I haven't done this, so as usual, I want to do it with you guys on the stream, with the chat. Do I dare load it? Do I want to load it? 0.24% down the US 100 now, 0.29% down on the US 500. So some declines coming through here early in the session. Bitcoin 52,600. So that's also declining a little bit there. Here we go. I'm bringing it across. I'm going to click on screener. All right. Ooh. All right. Here we go. Oh. Okay, Zscaler up 2%. All right. Now let's go for the red side. Oh, some reds. Square down 1.8%. Not that bad today, but obviously the falls yesterday are compounded onto this. TelaDog, another hypergrowth stock, down 1%. What do I think of TelaDog? I will take a look in a few moments. Tesla down 0.68% to 626. So it's starting to get a little painful on some of these stocks for sure, especially Tesla. And we'll have a look at the TA on that in just a few seconds. Go back to the greens. Zscaler, Salesforce. It's not really discriminatory to which one is going up. Different sectors all the way through here. FedEx up. Let's click on the watch list for the hypergrowth kind of, well, not the hypergrowth, more the gambly kind of positions. Costs up 1773. GameStop now 129. So some recovery in the pre-market session. We can't get excited yet because that is still the pre-market and we know it doesn't always flow through to the real market. What else do we have? Sundial, Avio, Nokia, etc. On the negative side, Riot Blockchain will be down because of the Bitcoin move. Tilray also down, coming back into support. We'll look at Tilray very, very soon because that's actually hitting our second support level and the more interesting one. So we'll check it out. Will BTC keep dropping today, says Terry. Terry, it needs to, well, if it closes below 52,000, yes, it will continue dropping. It will continue dropping, unfortunately. No worries there, Troy. Tesla sinking pre-market? Certainly is. Certainly is. Morning, Tom. US 100 at support, 12,780. Yeah, it's right on there. It's actually just bounced slightly, 12,791 at this stage. I hope today ends doing the opposite of yesterday. Starts red, tests support, and move up solidly and end green from Kevin. I think that's kind of likely it's going to happen. Paul Tigert, says, Tom, my kids are up watching with me and keep bugging me about buying Roblox. Help me let them know I need more time. Yeah, well, look, Roblox just need to wait. Just need to be patient. It's an IPO, kids. It's an IPO. And what that means is you've got to be patient. You've got to wait for the price to settle and then the hype to get off, and then you can get in on it. Terry says, Mara, not looking happy about that one. BTC to 7K. Good buy point. BTC to 7K. JJW. Are you sure, JJ? That's a little bit crazy, I think. Mark Ty coming in with the US $4.99 donation. Good morning. Can you talk about... can you take a look at Phil USD at Coinbase, please? Thank you. We certainly can. And then we'll go back over to the rest of our analysis here. Phil at Coinbase, you wanted. Perfect. All right. Well, this one here, much stronger than the rest, isn't it? Let's go to the weekly to put it in perspective. So very strong buying going through here on this Phil. Let's go down to daily. Daily is very strong as well. Makes sense. 4 hour closed above the previous close. Daily closed above. No, never closed above on the daily. Okay. 4 hour has. Acted technically here at least. That was a very nice swing pickup. Multiple resistances. That's the 1, 2, 3. That's the 1, 2, 3 go setup. I saw someone say that the other day in the Discord. Tom, the 1, 2, 3 go. Yeah, that's the 1, 2, 3 go. Pure resistance play into support in a bullish movement. You've now tested the high and you've instantly found some type of resistance. So if you're in it here, let's just say you're already in it. Things are looking good for now. What I would like to have is a daily close tomorrow, and that daily close, ideally, it closes above this previous bullish close. And what that does is, even though there's wicks everywhere and you're like, oh my goodness, wicks everywhere here, it's showing us that the momentum is much stronger than last time and much stronger than this time. And that usually points to a push up to the 100. Why is it stopping here? It's purely that 100 zone. People are like 95, get out, get out, get out. I'm happy with that after such a massive move. Most of these candles today look good, but watch the daily close, and that was a very nice pickup or area there. Does make a lot of sense. Is Neo a buy at 35? Wow, Neo at 35. I haven't looked at the chart at the moment. That is really bad, unfortunately. Neo right there is no good. It is no good. David Riley, US $2. Starting my commute. Let me hear some Tesla, please. All right. Well, I think it's time for Tesla anyway. Let's have a look over here. 625. Not the best on today. Let's have a look at it. It kind of looks like the Nas, really, in terms of strength. So remember, before we were talking about the initial buying zone pressure of the retail community. Let's bring up volume for this chart. We need volume. The only way we can really analyze what's going on with Tesla is volume. We'll go to the daily in a second. But yeah, buying pressure here when Ark purchased, strong. Then it came down, had a nice rally. Then it came down hard, of course, had this super rally through here on the right. It hit just around the 720, which we knew would be resistance. Then it made some random number. What is this number? 710. Then it hit 700. Then it hit 700 again during this day trade. And it just kept making a series of slightly lower highs. And it's very significant when the market isn't able. It means there's lots of day traders in there, because the day trader's like, yep, I'm in and I'm gone. We also know that this also means that Ark hasn't got the same purchasing power. People are losing faith. And it's amazing how fast faith can be lost in the market. Because when Ark used to say something, it would move heavily. When Ark purchased, look at the rally. When Ark says Tesla to 3,000 over the next couple of years, there is some rally, but it is short-lived. So Tesla coming down to 630 is not ideal. I think the beginning of the end here today is, look, you know, I've been kind of big on the 650 level holding up. It didn't hold yesterday. So if you've got any skerrick of hope left, it has to be above 625 on the close. If it's not bullish today, I'm sorry to tell you, Tesla is going back to 560, 550, and possibly even 500. It's just that unfortunate. If we can get a closure today that's up, I would like to see it take off at least this last 4 hours here. Let's have a look at the daily. I would like to see it at least get above 650 to show us that there's still some buying pressure and power in here. Even the volumes have been kind of crappy. The volumes on this big day up, I mean, this was a big gap day up, and it was crappy looking volumes. So we want to see an increase in volume here, huge buying pressure today, and on top of that, back above 650. If we get volume above, like nice big one that's above all these other volumes, and we're back above 650, yes. Yes, yes, yes. But if we get under this 625, I'm sorry to tell you, there's a very high chance, very real chance that it will go back to 560. And underneath that, the only other structure we've got is 500 and 450. Are 500 and 450 impenetrable walls? Yeah, they're pretty damn strong. Very strong levels there, David. Thank you for the $2 and enjoy the commute. Maybe you're driving a Tesla. That's why you can watch the stream. Because you just literally press the button and it's driving for you. Mohammed Kasim, US $10. Thank you so much for the support there. Learned a lot from your videos. Appreciate it. And more aware now of the market and price actions. That's great. Support levels and chart in general. That's awesome. Thank you. Can you check out Amazon? Certainly can, sir. Thank you so much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Just a quick update on the markets there. US 500 down 0.31%. Pretty flat right now. 38.81. Closed yesterday around, a little bit higher than that. And US 100, 12,781. The fence will have to come out to play on the Nasdaq because that's right around our support. Remember, 12,750 is the support. Somebody said ND, was it, can't remember what it was. I think it's, IXIC. This is the Nasdaq composite, and you'll actually know that it closed below any other point. So that itself is also a little bit bearish, but I'm not going to use this. I'm going to discount this today, and we're going to use our normal levels because I haven't actually done that much analysis on this particular Nasdaq composite chart. So Mohammed, let's have a look here at Amazon for you. Amazon is a really great stock. I've given my thoughts, but a few people ask me, what are your thoughts about Amazon for the future? Look, I'm pretty damn bullish Amazon in terms of concept. I think that Amazon's going to have a great future ahead of it in the next decade. And then after that, it could have like some government problems where the government really gets involved in the fact that they're just too much of a monopoly, similar to that antitrust stuff that went on with Microsoft all those years ago. But for now, I'm very bullish on the cycle of consumer discretionary continuing to be one of the better cycles and better sections to be invested in. I don't personally like buying consumer discretionary stocks. They're not for me. I don't know which ones are good or which ones are bad. So what I do instead is I buy tech companies that benefit from that. So you've got like Apple, Amazon, those types of things. That's my opinion, but it's something that I do. Is this chart good for Amazon yesterday? Let's have a look at the smaller time frames. 4 hour is going to be where it's at. This was actually a great close on the 4 hour, and it's a shame because it couldn't hold up on the daily, and that's why the daily is the best time frame in stocks, bar none. Daily, weekly are the best friend of almost all close confirmations and lack of fake outs, because on the 4 hour yesterday, you would have been looking at this and you would have said, oh yeah, it is on closure above a very critical zone at 3150. We are ready to move towards the 3300 and plus. Unfortunately, that did not occur. So what are we doing now on Amazon? Well, it's pre-market here down 0.31. You'll notice it's not very weak. And that's because I believe a lot of people are picking up Amazon at these prices. I think there's quite a lot of bullish demand, and a lot of it has to do with the lack of movement. You're actually getting a price that is July last year. That's right. You're getting July last year price, but now it is the end of March 2021. So it's been stagnant for a very long time. Incredible buying pressure through 2900, plenty of upgrades. This weekly here doesn't really matter too much. I'm just looking for any type of bullish movement through to the end of the week. Whether it's today or whether it's tomorrow, I'd like bullish movement, and probably needs to buy off this little bit of a trend line It's not even a trend line. We'll just draw it from the low. Why? I mean, this is a completely not a strong one at all. It's not really what I draw usually, but I would like to see it bounce right here, right now. If it doesn't and it gets below 30.24, unfortunately back to 29.04. So it must hold really 30.30. I'd like to see it bounce right now. And once it closes above 31.50, it is bullish. It is ready. Rocket. We can bring the rocket out for at least about 150 points. Good luck on that one. Amazon, I don't see a really negative side for it. It's getting into telehealth. I don't know if they'll be that successful there, but their drug prescription business will be a mozza. That is a glorious industry to be in. Very, very good. We'll check out Neo in a second as well. There is no problems about that one. Tesla 616 in the pre, according to a few people. Yeah, US 100 just took another dive. So we're going to open straight on the support. 12,750 is going to be pressured. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. JJW said, well, Amazon shot up too fast. Of course, just needs the rest of the market to catch up now. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. But a quality blue chip will trade in a range. If you look at Alphabet, Google, see how it's also shot up after and then it consolidates for some time. This is incredibly normal with big blue chip companies. If you go through even Alphabet's returns, look at its 2018 to 2019 to even 2020 returns. It just sat there. 18, basically just a trading range. Incredibly normal. Then it's trade ranged. People went, oh, okay, maybe there is some more benefit here. Trade range again. It reprices fast, gets all the hype into it, and then sits there and is boring. And at these points, this is when you can get into the options side of things. You can really break down those options. And we'll do that on the channel. Don't worry, guys. If you're new here, subscribe, because we're going to break down options later on in the year, and it is going to be a lot of fun. Options and everything. Philip Chang, welcome to the Diamond Hands community. Thank you so much for supporting us, and I appreciate you. And I hope you have a great trading day. Welcome to the squad, and welcome to all the amenities that come with, of course, or the emoticons that come with that privilege of being in the community on the green side. Non-fiction for life, US $4.99, NVAX. We certainly will. Thank you so much for that donation. We'll take a look at it soon. Let's load up these pre-markets here because things are getting bloody. They are getting red. Afria now down 3.22%. Tilray down 3.97%. Green side, GameStop up 6, a little bit less than it was before, 127. It's actually getting a little bit scary here on the Nas, so it must hold here today through the session for the bulls. If they don't get it, I'm telling you, 12,200 is very likely on that Nas. Cost 6.7, GameStop 6.17, AMC up 2. That was down from 5. Let's go to the big screener though. Oh, I'm going to click it. Oh, no. Oh, it's not loading. It's okay. It's broken. All right, let me have a click. 5% down. Square 2.91% down. 207. Tesla 2.11 down to 616. A few of you mentioned that. TelaDoc surprisingly down to 182, but not really surprising. It's another super hyper growth stock. You've got to be prepared for some craziness. CrowdStrike 1.92. It's pretty bloody for a lot of the fintech or FinTweet community. What is going on the positive side? Okay, it is not much positive now, not much green. Let me just quickly click down on the TDoc. Okay, so the TDoc was, I feel really bad for people that got into this hype here. But TDoc is really coming into some heavy buying support. So what is it now? It's 178.40 and it's been as low as 175. It seems inevitable that it's going to have a crack down to these levels if this session keeps going low, because it should hold 182. See the 182? See the 182? 182, 182, 182. But that is a falling knife yesterday. So if it doesn't hold here, unfortunately, we could go back to 175. If it happens, 182 is so important. Look at it. Across the board. So a lot's happening on this stock. And if it doesn't hold this like lower point, this 175, 174, unfortunately for many holders here, it's going to move even further down. And that's going to present, if you have any money left, potential opportunities in quite a lot of hypergrowth stocks. This is a small rally followed by some serious decline. So 175 worth watching, and the 182 yesterday, that's why it closed right around there. Welcome to the 1,811 viewers here. If you're enjoying the session, please remember to subscribe, hit that like. Let's get to 500 because we need some power behind today for sure. Non-fiction for life, NVAX. Let's have a look for you. NVAX. This is Novavax. Company size is $14.8 billion, 192 on the open, it looks like, which is down 4.11%, and it was 8.92%. 180. Previous resistance, falling knife, did not get it. Nasty move through yesterday. So we'll put that 180 down because we know that was previous. Even though it didn't act, I'll show you why. I instantly think this could be an area. See how it was resistance? So it just slammed through all that fear that happened in the market. Then it bounced up, found a long leg doji at this exact point, which means it does care about this zone. The market did care, and it does care still. Then it came down, didn't quite test the low, made a higher trough, broke through. Now that we've cut through these previous supports, unfortunately, it seems likely that you move back down to this level. So it seems likely that we get participation back down to the 182, and then you have to hope that this level holds and you can go back to things like the 240. The 240 was a resistance. We know this. We've done this one before. So the 240 was a little bit of resistance. This level here really, really must hold. So 182 there for that one. Good luck, non-fiction for life. New member in the community here, Marcus Horn. Thank you so much for joining the Diamond Hands. Appreciate the support, brother. And hopefully you enjoy all of the content and everything else. We'll look at Neo. Don't worry, guys. We'll look at Neo. Jose Ray, Finding Home LLC, US $5. Hey, Tom, I've been learning so much from your streams. So grateful for your content. Can you explain the 20 moving average and when to use it? Great donation there. Jose, thank you so much. Yeah, look, I'll explain why I use the 20 moving average. So there's a couple of reasons. The main reason, well, there's two real main reasons. One of the main reasons is, I'll put this on the chart because I'm just noticing it's pressuring the zone straight away. So one of the main reasons is that you've got to really pay attention to what does a 20 moving average actually mean? How many trading days are there in a month? On average, around 20 to 21. So it's a huge, with humans, it's all about trading psychology. And 1 month, we compartmentalize a year. We go 12 months in the year, at least in Western culture. And then each month matters, each quarter matters, that kind of thing. The other reason why the 20 is so heavily used is think about the indicators that go with it. Bollinger Band. The middle of a Bollinger Band is a 20 simple moving average. So many other indicators also use the 20 moving average or a very similar number as their base kind of default thing that is part of the indicator. A lot of people don't understand that when you see indicators, heaps of them are derived from moving averages. How you use the 20 moving average. So there's two main reasons or ways that you use it. You can use moving averages as dynamic support and resistance. So to give you an example, what might we have? Okay, we have a 4 hour, I know, on this one. So here's an easy example of how I would derive a moving average. So I know and I trust 20s quite a lot because they are also used in all the Goldman Sachs and all the JP Morgan. If you've ever met somebody that trades with them or gets access to their special reports, Goldman, JP, everyone else's reports, they use around 3 to 4 indicators. They are moving averages. They will use RSI. They will use MACD. And they'll sometimes, very rarely, use pivots and stuff like that. But they specifically will use these ones quite a lot. Stochastic sometimes comes into it, but these are heavily quoted in their paperwork they send out to clients and they send out to people. So if you know these guys are using it, you know really they are still the kings of trading. Look at their profits. Their profits don't lie. Their profits are crazy. So if they're using the 20 and the 200 simple moving average and these levels, should you be using it? Now people say, I got to use the other things. I've got to beat the system. The problem is these guys are beating the system. They're slaughtering all of us. We got to go and join their ranks in some ways. I know that doesn't sound good, but unfortunately you have to because they've got the algorithms that trade off these things. So if they're using these moving averages and these types of things, that's why they work quite well. I mean, there's the proof's in the pudding here. But when you start to see something like a 20 being respected, what I usually do is I go, okay, 1 time respect, 2 times respect. When you hit the third time over here, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to picking up off that zone. I'm going to dial in on the smaller time frame. So I know it's on my 4 hour. I'm going to look at the 15 minute. I'm going to look at the 1 hour, and I'm looking for reversal signals off this zone. When you get that, because you already know it's a reoccurring event of support around that zone, you can do that. Then you get in again. Then you get in again. Then you get in again and again and again and again. And then all you're looking for is a significant close below to signal get out. So here we have a little close below. Here we have a little close below. And here we have a kahuna close below. See how this is not even, this is so far below. It wicked through, it then bounced up, but then it held really deep below. And that's I have to get the hell out of this trade. I have to get the hell out of this trade. So even if you bought here, you have to get out here. You just have to, because the market didn't make a new high. The market didn't continue. So dynamic support is one of the ways we use the 20. I guess that's probably the best first answer for you, and hopefully that does help you out. Yan Liang Lee, I'm hoping I didn't butcher your name too much. Australian $5, thank you so much. Hi Tom, can you please have a look at odd US dollar and the ASX 200? We certainly will look at both of those in just a few moments. I do want to mention this close though. That was a nasty, nasty close for Bitcoin. Like a nasty close for Bitcoin. That is horrible. It doesn't get bad like that. That is really bad. So basically you've got a rejection wick. It's bad. So you got a long leg doji, a rejection wick, another rejection wick here live. And then if we get flow through past this low here, oh, it's bad. It's a bad candle. It's a bad candle. And that's why you're seeing some initial shorting coming through here. That is a nasty looking thing. We'll have to watch Bitcoin very closely throughout this session. Now, the problem with this BTC low that could be happening very, very soon is I don't know where the hell the support is really. There's so much weirdness going through here. Let's go to a line chart. What do you guys think? Where's the next point of support in your opinion for Bitcoin? I want to know right now. Let me know, guys. Where is your level of support? And then I'll put mine in. Yang Liang, we'll have a look at it in just a few moments. Thank you for your donation. Chucky 88905 bucks. TA on HITIF, please. OTC soon to RS. Okay, to go on the Nasdaq. It sounds like. Thank you for the donation there. We'll check it out in just a few moments. Look at them. They're selling it. Nasty creatures. That's what they are. Gotham Bag says, Tom, that explanation of moving averages was amazing info. Thank you. Yeah, that's some fire. That's some fire. If I got told that when I first started, I'd be like, whoa, it makes a lot of sense. Why do I not think about these things that make a lot of sense? Why am I using the zigzag? What is the alligator? Why am I using the alligator indicator? Well, I don't know why you're using the alligator indicator. It's a crazy thing. Things have to make some logical sense because all you're really trading, you are interpreting. Remember, at the end of the day, price action, the reason people look at naked charts and all they do is they just look at the candles is because they're paying attention to one important thing. It is the psychology of the market. What are you seeing here? It is effectively fear because there are hodlers. They're buying. They're like 52,000. I love this level. I'm buying. Yeah, I'm feeling the diamond hand. And then it sells off and they think, oh, that's scary. And then it goes up again and it sells off. And they think, oh, no, I'm not diamond hand no more. I'm selling. And then they sell. And then it creates a fear factor that goes through. Let's see what you guys think the levels are. Andrew says $9,000 gap. I'm not sure if that means all the way down. 49K coming in here from quite a few people. 44, 45, 48K strong. Don says they doing my boy dirty, my boy Bitcoin dirty, or my heart. Yeah, that's true. That's a nasty, horrible looking thing. 29,500, 49, 48K, BTC to 45. So there's a lot of different zones in the 40s. 33K from Triad Trader. $1 from Munich. Munich is a bear, guys. It's a big bear out there in the woods. So 45-ish thousand makes some sense. And it makes some sense. 44 also makes crazy sense. So 44, I think, is the bottom for this part of the cycle. Somewhere around 44 to 42. There's just not much in here. Like, let's go the daily. And we'll answer, don't worry, I'll answer those super chats in just a few moments. I'm just very surprised to see that bust off on Bitcoin straight away there. There's just crazy, weird, look at the line chart. Like, I mean, I see where you're getting the 49. There's the line chart shows us the close price. Let's go to the weekly. It's really hard to really define what the hell is going on in here and whether there's a zone. 49 was a previous weekly close. Yeah, it's just not enough. Daily again. Huge amounts of noise. We'll continue watching this throughout the session though, because that was a nasty looking thing. Let's see if it takes out the low. When it does, expect some fireworks. As you know, Bitcoin reprices quickly when it makes a new low or anything like that. Let's go up here. TA on the Doji. No TA on the Doji. The Doji is just like this. It's just psh. All right, we scroll back up. Quick check around the markets. US 100 coming under early fire, 12,761. Basically, the Nasdaq has to hold that 12,750 today, and it's going to find pressure immediately in the market. Let's have a look at US 500, 38.78, down 0.36%. Obviously, Bitcoin the story here right now. Gold down 0.38, silver down a hell of a lot more. Silver just got smashed through 25, which, as we know, will now probably reprice to 24. Here goes BTC live here on the stream. Oh my goodness. I'm getting on the 1 minute. I will do the super chats, don't worry. I'm just wanting to watch. Oh. The lines. Oh, there's a little buyer. It's a confident psychopath right there. Can they bring it up? The little buyer in the 1 minute. It's probably Sid. Pressure back on that level. So this is a very important level and zone, being the last low that was formed through the session. We saw that immediate dump off there as soon as that 4 hour closed. There it is, new low formed. I'm just watching. Oh God. I'm going to drink some water. Yep, BTC likes to move. Okay, we'll get into the rest of it. We've seen the low here. Arnold Stanter says, Tom, just joined your technical analysis masterclass. Thanks for the 50% discount. No worries, Arnold. Make sure to hit me up in that Discord community later. I'll add you in. Thank you so much for joining us. Bill Grove says, I have to say, as a price action trader myself, it makes me extremely happy to see someone else with clean charts and not polluted with indicators. Nice TA, man. It's all about those. I've never seen a successful TA trader that adds a billion things to their charts, like where it's like, whoa, what? I've had people that literally I've coached in the past, and I'm telling you, the price action component was this much of their screen. Like, that is the price action line, and all of this was just indicators. So you can see here the power of that double 4 hour rejection coming through here. I mean, I told you guys here live on stream, that was a hideous double closure. And that's why we unfortunately moving down. I expect where the hell is the buying pressure here initially? Probably just something like a psychological 50,000. I mean, that was horrible. Okay, let's get back into the analysis. It's just going to do its thing. But we saw it here live. You witnessed, of course, a interesting TA session, which you can go and circle that and just always know that this type of thing around support is showing us negative psychology for a day trader, for a scalper type of setup. If you're enjoying the stream today, remember, hit that subscribe button, support this channel. I'm trying to get us to 100,000 so that I can probably move into really keeping this thing alive, continuously doing it during the weeks live for you guys. All right, let's do this odd US dollar. Let's see what's going on here in the odd US dollar. Currency, we haven't done that one in a while. Currency trading is actually pretty good for TA. So odd US dollar, I'll be quick here. This is a support for it, 76. If you're invested in, do I think it holds? Well, it's falling knifed here a little bit. It's not so much important to look at the odd USD here because it's not the most important level other than being a weekly 20. It's also important to have a look at the US dollar index. So look, weekly 20 held before. So you would hope weekly 20 holds again. Remember, 20 moving average is the most important one. It's right at support. I'm looking for further confirmation though. That is a falling knife. That is a peak. That is a trough. That is a lower peak and a lower trough movement in. It must hold here. Little double bottoms, bullish hammers, and dollar index analysis is what you're going to have to do. So it's on support. ASX 200, another request. Let's do that one quickly here. Go round to the ASX 200, 67.51. This is doing better than a lot of the indices, but you've got to understand what's inside of it. So it's because it's filled with boomer stocks, and that is finance, energy, mining. Finance, energy, mining. We have very little tech here in Australia. It's basically a bunch of payday loans. That's our technology. So we've got support here across the board, and some good healthcare though. We've got support here across the board. So first level, 6666666 is pretty much been a great buy zone. Serious little bit of level, like lower highs. I expect if this holds through the S&P 500 session today, we may actually close or move back down to this area. So first level support, second level support, 65.30. That's pretty much the zones. Thank you so much for the donation and the support. Back over to BTC for a second there. 51,300 for BTC. Small bounce on the 5-minute after that initial. Now, what could happen here is it could come up, maybe retest from the bottom up. So a little bit of a scalps kind of happened into, what was, did that actually hit 51? Almost hit 51 flat. Yeah, pretty much 51 flat. So we could see a little bit of a scalpy buy up. I mean, I wouldn't be looking at scalps. You always want to follow the trend when you're scalping through. But yeah, this zone here, this 52 would act now as resistance because it was once support. So let's see how that interacts throughout the session if it happens. Thank you so much again for the donations, guys. Chucky88905 TA on HITIF. We'll do that now. HITIF, high tide. So quick check around the markets. We have BTC getting slapped. It is down 1.9%, down to 51,300. We witnessed a bit of a horror candle set up there before. 38.77 on US 500, 0.41%, and US 100, 0.46 down, right on support, 12,754. When we go round the big market caps, you'll see here Nike, Square down 3%, just gets belted, these hypergrowth stocks down to 207. Tesla 2.63, 614. I mean, yesterday was brutal for it. You can see that that is continuing on. We've also got TelaDoc down 2%. Really should be around, well, I mean, if it keeps going down, about 175, 174-ish is the support. And 182 that closed yesterday was the first support. So both these levels incredibly important. Let's see where the hold ends up happening. And yeah, I mean, there's not much green there. Quick check on the AMC GME situation. GameStop barely up now, 1.21%. At the pre-market start, it went upwards of, I think, 9%. Now only 0.55. Unfortunately, I'm thinking 90. Don't hate me. I'm thinking 90. 90 was where last crash fell to. 90 was also the support after the initial kind of pump and then crash again. Unfortunately, 90 is most likely where GameStop could go. It might have rallies, but yeah, it looks kind of doomed to that level, and then hopefully it finds some pressure back in there. You can just see it went red. Tilray down hard, 21.41. We'll be looking at this. This is an exciting but crazy morning here for the stock market pre-open. We are 1 hour, 11 minutes away. So not long to go yet. Riot blockchain getting belted. Mara will also getting destroyed, unfortunately, because of that Bitcoin move. HITIF. Let's have a look here for Chucky. He's been waiting patiently in the room. Thank you for the donation. I do really appreciate your support. Okay. Pre-market down only 1%, so not that bad today for this one. Let's go around the 4 hour. So we like 4 hour, we like 8 hour. All of those time frames are good stuff. Let's go to the trend line here. Okay, trend line through. Interesting. Interesting, okay. Previous supports all the way through here on these wick purchases. It is on support as it is right now. So this has been resistance. It's then hit it's been resistance. It's broken. It's gapped above. It's moved in for the next one. It's then come back down. Theoretically, it should find support here. And if it doesn't, it should also find support through your trend line of lows. I don't mind the chart. It looks okay. So hopefully it holds here for you today. If not, it could move down to the 60-ish cents. And then if it bounces off that and the 50 exponential there, we move back up to the 74-ish zone. And then if you get through that, then of course you're very happy with the green sky above, not the blue sky. We're going with green sky for profits. And 85 would be the next level. And I would hope it actually breaks that and continues to go. Good luck, Chucky, on this one. A few people saying buy silver. Bar Black Sheep, Singapore, $6.98. Thank you so much, Bar Black Sheep. Hi, Tom. Really like your content. Appreciate it. Could you check out Li Auto and Sunim Technologies, please? And thank you. And we certainly will. Bitcoin find new lower low. My heart, Don, is not having... Is your heart breaking, Don, or is your heart loving that? I'm not sure. Li Auto. Let's have a look here. Oh, go to the weekly. So is this a relatively new one? It actually just came out July last year. There's not much good to say about this chart. It is acting technically, which is probably even more disturbing when you think about what just happened. So you hit... Like you had kind of like a levelish over here. Then that became the support. That became a little bit of buying, which you can see it respected it. That's why it was resistance. It tried and failed. So now there's not much catching this until it gets back down to 20. You need 20 to hold. That's probably the zone you're looking for on this one. So first up, I'd say 20 is the support area. It's 22 pre-market. But yeah, I could see it going all the way back down here, unfortunately. There is structure across that 20. It's a psychological zone. It's a pretty important level. Let's go to the next one. Sonim Technologies. This chart better damn well hold this level. 80 cents pre here. 0.8 in the pre. So 0.8 was previous buying. It's fallen like a knife here into the 0.8. Oh, it's just not good. It's make or break. I don't like it when it comes in like this. I mean, when it comes in and it's met by instant pressure buying, that's good. But when it comes in with a nice dirty red candle of hell, unfortunately, that is not the zone we want to be reading or meeting. Yeah, 80 has to hold. I know pre it's 79, but remember it's not over till the daily's closed. So if it goes under here though, I could see you moving back over to this point. And that is 65. That's your next structure area. There is nothing in between that. So 80 must hold. Good luck, Baba. I don't like this area. If you're thinking, oh, I think I like this level for buying, be incredibly concerned with this candle. It may bounce and you may say, Tom, you moron, you're stupid. It bounced. I should have bought the zone. What are you talking about? But most of the time, buying a dirty red candle like that will punish you. And think about what happened coming in. A series of lower highs. So the actual sentiment was horrible coming into this position. It was really nasty. Let's load up the NAS just quickly here. 12,754. We'll just zoom in to show everyone that's visiting us probably for the first time today why this is such an important level. We've got our key levels here. 13,300, 13,000 flat, and then of course on the low 12,760. This is the really important support that must hold for the NAS, and that's actually a nasty looking flag in the futures. Is actually a nasty looking flag. I don't really trade futures flags because I think that the real market takes control of the TA. So the lesson I learn on these is, yeah, that's consolidation. Yes, that is actually a flag, and it is breaking down and close below. However, it is the futures and not Wall Street. Wall Street are nasty and they'll do what they feel like. For the intraday session, what you're looking for, resistance breaks, you want to have above this futures trade though. 12,874 would be great, but any close today under 12,750, I've got bad news for Nasdaq bulls, and that bad news is it's probably going to participate down to this level, right down here. What do you guys think about that? Do you reckon that is possibly where we go? That's a pretty nasty thing, but yeah, it must hold here. We'll probably have to get the fence out in an hour to check it out. Nietzsche says, SPY is holding on for dear life. Very true. Around 3,900, but if tech, specifically the FANGs, don't get it together, SPY will tank as well. Of course, absolutely. SPY will go with the rest of this market. It is tech driven at this stage in terms of sentiment, but yeah, it'll go each way. It'll go each way. Hossein says, geez, seems like a red day ahead. Yeah, at this stage, but remember the market has not opened just yet. Now we're catching up here. I'm so far behind. Let me see if I can get back up here. Let me catch up. Where are we? I've lost some. So Dave, if you see some that I've missed, just send them through. Rajib, Kevin, $2. Thank you so much. What do you think of silver? Would it bounce? Let's have a quick look at silver. I'll do this one anyway. If there are some behind, I'll catch up. Don't worry. Will it bounce? No, that looks really bad. That looks pretty bad. Supports. Could it bounce? Can it bounce? Where's the dollar index? We need to look at the dollar index. I've tested silver a few times around 50s. 50s are important, but double zeros are the most important. So I could still see it going to 24 and then bouncing off that maybe. If we go daily 200, a little bit of pressure around 24.50, but a new low. Let me check the dollar index. Oh, I don't think so. This dollar index is going towards 93. And if like that is a big deal. If that closes above here, just even like that today, it's basically bashing the 200. And when it bashes the 200 on the daily, a very, very important area for it to close through. Let's zoom out this. This is the US dollar index. Last time it closed, look at what happened. Look at the supports it's found. Yes, it's broken through a few times, but look at the supports it generally has found the first touches. See? And this time round, it's having a go at it straight away in the early session. It must reverse here. So I think dollar index is really your play on silver. You've got to watch this one and check out what the US dollar is doing. Let me just quickly go to Dave. He says he's lost a few of them. I hope not, Dave. Brendan Gleason, $5. Jesus, Tom, play the intro for the love of God. That'll fix everything. All right, let's do it, guys. It's probably, I'm sure you've got me up to 500 likes. Have you got me to 500 likes? 598 likes. You guys know what that means. It means it's intro time. Let's do it. We need it bad. And Brendan has bought it on anyway with a donation. Let's get it done. I'll load it up. Whew. We really need it. All right, here we go. Can we get a little bit more of this action today? Hopefully we can. Let's check this out, guys. Cheers. I need this. That's what they're doing to us. That might be us right now. Just a quick reminder with the intro, if you guys have cool memes that you want to send out, get into our public Discord community, share those memes with us. Are you guys feeling hyped for Thursday? Some people probably aren't feeling that hyped, but after that, we're feeling hyped. We're ready to go. Bitcoin traders maybe aren't ready to go. I just see it go under 50,000 there, 51,000. BTC, 50,829. Nasty, nasty. I don't think that the song can save BTC right now, but we did experience an interesting level. Okay, we experienced an interesting level. Go back over that and educate yourself, empower yourself with those decisions. Let's move back over to the live scene. Thank you, Brendan. Has the market gone up since we played that? No, it actually has not. 12,738 for the NAS. So it's still under. It's actually under the support here, testing the super wiki little zones that it's hit before. It's so important this holds. PLTR, Vida baby. Oh, okay. We'll have a look at it. PLTR. This has got to be brutal. Oh, only 2.65% down, 21.30. But you know the problem? I hate that daily close yesterday. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's a very bad close. Last time, strong buy rejection. $20 could be buying pressure. I think it's inevitable that it will have a go at 20. 2025, this is a zone that you usually find, well, you found support in before. But you know the problem with PLTR is there's no structure. There's no structure. What is this? It came in at 10. Kathy Wood purchased all the way through here and made it all hyperactive. People got in hard here and the structure was looking okay. But then yesterday it closed under our green box and that was uncool. They pretty much said that this thing can go to 20. And then after that, I mean, I'm thinking 15, 16, 14-ish. I mean, maybe we can break down over here. What is this? I mean, 16. Someone said 19 before. There is a little bit of structure, but that is horrible structure. From a TA perspective, that's the equivalent of AMD. And what I mean by that is you'll see it on AMD. Where's AMD trading at? 76. Okay, 70, barely down. 76.17. But AMD traders, you're all really scared at this point. And you'll see why. Go to the weekly. Check out that reprice. Whoa. That is no structure to 60 if it got through this low. That would be really bad for AMD traders. You do not want underneath that. There's nothing on the left-hand side. I'm telling you, there's fill levels all the way through here. The algorithms, they're having a party on Wall Street, shorting the crap out of it here because what they're doing is they're filling it to the next zone or the next level. Tara and Abella, $2 Australian. You want the Nikkei? Japan 225. That's pretty bizarre that you're donating me for that one. All right. We'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at the Nikkei. Or Nikkei, if most people say it that way. 28,729. It's, of course, closed. Let me see if I've got the futures here for this. Capital.com, J225. Still holding pretty strong. Daily support was found. Okay, support was found. That's good. I mean, support was found. Get a daily close as an engulf. That will be bullish for it. Not sure why this market's holding up so well unless it's just got so many old sectors in it. So this is trading right now. I would like to have a closure above the 50 exponential, probably above 2,900 today, if possible. And if you can get that, then you can continue moving up. Good news, US. Oh, that song works. The song works, guys. 12,758. Come on. Nasdaq is back. It's 60 now. Look at it go. It's having a crack. So, yeah, basically, I want to have a bullish close above here on the daily, ideally. You can see the support. You can see the support again. Let's get a bullish one. That last time it was a lot more bullish off this level. A lot of wicks, a lot of nice momentum. That's why we need that engulf. I won't go too much into it other than that, but yeah, it's at the level. It's at the level. Tesla bought BTC at like 36,000. That's correct, Brian Stonks. They did. Yes. I think it was even lower than that, wasn't it? BTC was even lower than that. Eric says, not financial advice, but you might not have a good time. There you go, Eric. What's TA? I thought stonks just go up in before FX intro saves the down day. Effin, you were there. You were there. Right now, look at it. Oh, God, it went down a point. 12,700. Oh, no, it's back up. 62. See that the intro is saving it. It is saving it. Now, I'm missing people's donations. Did I miss any more? Let's have a look here. I'm sorry, guys, if I am missing your donations. I hope that I am starting to catch up. Christopher Black, $5. PKI, Perkin Alma Inc. Looking for an entry point for long-term investment. Seems to track QQQ despite being a SPY index. PKI. Never even looked at this, so it interests me. My initial reaction was not good. Let's go. Okay. $100 was sweet. Now that's sweet TA in action. I love those kind of zones. That is so good. So just in the future, if you ever see this, I should catch up here. But yeah, that is some sweet TA. So you get the closure above. Don't be concerned if it pulls back a little bit after that, even after the weekly. That is a serious closure out. And you will just rewarded a few weeks later. That is a sweet one. Okay. Yep, it's on support. It's on support. It's got lots and lots of consolidation around here. If this is the one, PKI, Perkin. Really strong 130 resistance zone. Lots of little wick rejections. So you're looking for a daily close just above there. And then it should be very nice to reprice to 140. Notice it trades the 10s. And 120 is your heavy support. So look, it looks great. It's in structure. 120, I expect buying pressure. And 130 plus is good. It is good. Thank you for the $5 there. Knock. $5. Great stream. Thank you very much. How do you think the expiration of large amount of BTC futures Friday will affect price? Yes, I saw that. I think it's about, is it $7 billion of BTC are expiring that day? I think that has got a little bit to do with the manipulation going on. Expiration, it depends where those futures were as well, but the roll, yeah, I think it's usually negative towards BTC if I remember rightly, the futures expirations. I haven't tracked it enough with the bigger ones, but I believe it's usually negative. The price action is showing us the way though of what the market is thinking about that. So we are going down to 50,000. We'll have to see whether 50,000 holds. Look at it go. I mean, that was. Yeah, I cannot stress enough how much you guys need to go over that analysis we did before. Scroll back through, check it out. There's good trading action right there. So 50,000 probably seems like it will find some buying pressure. But your question about the futures affection, I probably will answer that tomorrow during the stream. I'm not exactly sure how it reacts usually, but I believe it is a negative correlation with it. But we're already seeing that come through. Alberlo says full intro, full volume, full intro. What do you mean full intro? You need the whole music and everything? Love the music as well? Oh my God. You guys love that stuff. Who is starting to ease into BTC at 50K? Active for passive says. Bye. People want nasty hobbyists. Or nasty hobbitses, says Tahil. Shay, US $2. Thoughts on skills? Enjoy your feedback. Thanks. Let's have a look at skills for you. A few people have asked about this one recently. I was horrified at it when it did what it did. So let's now look at the weekly. Oh, yeah, I think this is going to happen a little bit across the board here as Wall Street attacks some of these out like too high stocks. So my thoughts on skills were, from a TA only perspective, is that it really didn't get out of the woods last time. So you've broken way through now a key support. You've busted that off, and now you move towards your $18 support. So where is it? 19.10. 18 hopefully will hold a little bit here for this skills. but it's a serious downtrend. It started around 14. The hype was real when it got to 46. It was way too overpriced there. And then now we move probably towards 18. I'd say somewhere in this structure, if you boxed this structure up, so if you boxed this little kind of resistance support area up, somewhere in there, pretty much where it's gotten into now, but maybe a little bit lower. So around there, that 18 should hold it up for now. There is a lot of support that came through. It's catching a falling knife, but it's already fallen so much. I mean, as a percentage, in just a short period, this thing is down 57%. And it could certainly move to 61% down. So that's some pretty serious moves there. Let's check the pre-market. Unfortunately, Shay, I could see 18. Pre-market is anything green. Riot blockchain getting obliterated, down 16.58% off the back of that Bitcoin move. That's actually pretty negative to it as well, because it's trading way worse than Bitcoin, which means people are starting to lose faith in it. Tilray 5.14% down, $21. We're going to have to look at that chart. My most hated stock on the index, Sundial. I know some people are in that. I hate that stock. $1.07 down 4.89%. So that's down about 60% on the week, I believe. Or not 60%, like 40, 30% on the week. I'm getting a little carried away there. Palantir down 2.74. Broke heavy support yesterday and got through that zone. AMC 1.22 and GameStop flat as attack at 121. They'll both trade pretty hard, I think, in the open both ways. Let's have a look at the big markets. What's red? Okay, Nike, Square down 3.83. It really does trade with Bitcoin at the moment, this one. Square is getting hit up, but good company. I don't think it should trade with Bitcoin. I don't understand what the hell that's all about. Do you guys think that it should trade with Bitcoin price? Is there a real reason? I mean, I know they have Bitcoin, but as a portion of their overall company, I just don't see how that's such a big deal. Tesla down 3.9% in the open. Square down 3.86. Let's click on the other. I made a mistake there. CrowdStrike down 2.53. Teladoc down 2.35. I could see Teladoc going to 174 now, 175, bouncing off that as a support zone. We'll look at all of them throughout. So all the hypergrowth tech stocks that have been the darlings of most of FinTech and FinTwit are getting obliterated in the morning. Bad news, US 100 also just went back down to the low. We played the song, it brought it up, and then it came back down. So new low just formed there, 17.29. It has to find bounce pressure early in the session. A few people super happy with BTC coming down. Randy Carbar, US $4.99. Any advice, educational content, for swing trading calls and options for small accounts? So we obviously educate people here, and that's the main point of the stream. Swing trading calls and options for small accounts. If you're looking at what should you do or what could you potentially do, is let's say you have, I'll give you just a quick rundown here. Let's say you had like a goal, and that goal was, for whatever reason, you believed Bitcoin was short at 57,000 and you thought that it should go to 50,000. What you could do is you could put in a spread. So a spread is that you're trying to really, if you just say buy a put. So I buy a put because I'm trying to profit from it going down. Let's say you could do that with Bitcoin. If I buy a put and I'm profiting from it going down, you're paying a massive premium for that put. It's always going to be incredibly expensive and those types of things. Now, if you put a spread in at your destination or around the way, on the way through your destination, and you try to just grab a little bit of the price, what you'll notice is that actually gives you a better profit target or profit percentage. Because when you buy the put here, even by the time it's here, you may only be up 2 times or 2.5 times. I'm not sure how much you'll be up, but not that much. When you're putting in a spread, you might be up 5 times or something. So spreads are probably something you want to learn. Bull call, bear put spreads, those types of ones. Randy, thank you for the donation. Darth Sidious, US $2. SID index up 120% year to date. Why is everything else red? Are you still in GME, Sid? I'm surprised you didn't get whacked by it a little bit yesterday, but well done, 120%. That is still a very high level, I think, for your fund this year. Well done. Educate the people on warrants. We won't be doing no warrant discussion here at this stage. I know warrants okay, but yeah. Square bought more Bitcoin. They bought more? I know they bought a second load. They buy 3 loads? And Joey609 said, I scalped Sundial for $8 once. It was dreadful. Does that mean... So wait. You scalped it, though. You didn't actually like the company, did you? I mean, the problem with it is when they launch those... Look, it's not... I'm sure it's okay, but it does burn cash. It does burn cash. Thomas Donegan, Canadian, $1.49 with the hamburger. Thanks so much. Hernan C, $3. Morning, Tom. Can we take a look at WPC? Thanks. No worries. Nick M Power, US $5. Lots of views. We will look at those ones. Oh, that's good. No worries, Dave. Thank you for letting me know. Whoa, I have to continue catching up here. If I missed your donation for whatever reason, I apologize. The chat's moving crazy and I may have missed some. Quick check around the markets. 12,726 for the NAS. That's under support. We want it to move up immediately if it's going to do it. And US 500 finding a bit of bloodbath here. 3871, 0.55% down. So it's actually not that down that much, but it's the hyper growth that's the problem. Like look at this one. We'll click on net. 6650. Oh, that's not that bad actually. Square. 3.99%, 205. So right back into that 200 kind of range. TDOC, 182 yesterday, now down 2.63%, 177, and Tesla, etc. Let's have a look at NEO. I just want to check it for 1 sec. Oh, it was bad yesterday, and now further bad. 35. Yep, it crushed that 40 yesterday. That is horror. Look, I've never liked this stock, but it was pretty crazy for some time. Do I like it at any of these levels? 35 is the point of no return for it. I'll tell you what, though, this is way weaker than Tesla on the charts. This is way weaker than Tesla. Compare it to Tesla's chart. It broke through already. Tesla only just broke through. It's hitting $35 pre-market. Tesla's like $620 still. So it just shows you how really bad, maybe 616, 615, whatever it is, how really bad NEO's sentiment is in the market. It is not as bullish as Tesla, and they're all moving in the same kind of thing. That is not ideal where you want to be there. Not ideal. Cold steel, I'll do your one first. US $5. What do you think of DLPN? Oh, DLPN. Dolphin. Well, my thoughts on Dolphin, where it was pump and dump. The pump and dump. Dolphin has no interest to me. This thing sucks, unfortunately, and it is a straight pump and dump. I really want to educate people on this concept because it's happening way too often. People are jumping in on these things. If you see a picture of a cat or a picture of some piece of crap, like that's really what it is, being worth suddenly $10,000 or $20,000 or $1 million, sometimes it means you're in a bubble in that particular sector. This happened during 17. Literally cats were worth tons of money. Crypto kitties. I remember the crypto kitties. This is the same kind of concept. Is NFP going to be a future thing? I say yes. Is it fledgling right now? My thought process, yes. It's too early. So this is pump and dump city, and it blew off. In my opinion, this is a blow off top. So what you usually see in a blow off top is you get this kind of wild move. We saw it with GME, we saw it with AMC, usually around 30% plus in a very short period of time. In this case, a day, 43%. What will now happen is it'll break down. It'll find some kind of crazy support somewhere, whether it's 15 or I don't know. And then it will bounce at some point, but it will not return back to here. How do we know these types of things? Hey, I don't need to go far. I don't need to go far. There it is. Rocket. It's another hideous thing of pump and dump. And this one didn't even come back. A lot of these are barely coming back. Let's understand the 1 hour. Didn't even come back. Look at another one that happened recently. Tilray. Go to the 4 hour. I just want you guys not to lose money in these things. This sucks. Like you get in up here, you get in the hype on all these crazy websites and stuff, and you get burnt hard. So remember, this is gambling. in the stock market. It's basically roulette gambling. But yeah, usually it is the end when you get into that kind of hyperactivity. It's what we saw on GME as well. We had all these types of madness. The blow off actually was real. It dumped hard, retested, came back up after the blow off. And as soon as this crazy day happened, it was inevitable that the blow would happen. Look at the crazy day recently. Just saying. You might disagree with me, but just saying. Unfortunately, cold steel, I don't like the dolphin. Nick Empower with the 4 U's. The 4 U's. 2.8% down, 555, 5.71. Good morning and welcome to the 2,208 viewers we've got here. If you've been enjoying the stream, please remember to subscribe. Hit that like button. Are we at 1,000 likes yet, guys? We're not even there. Come on, guys. Let's get to 1,000 so we can play that tune again. We need to pump that Nasdaq back up above 12,750, baby. We need to get it back above 12,750 right now. And that means 1,000 likes is needed from the community, from the chat. Let's see if we can get that done. Scrolling through here, 555. That's where it closed. I think lower. $5 daily. 50 was hit once. What was that? 525. 50 was very aggressively purchased off, but at the same time, it was a technical resistance acting as support. I tend to think it's probably now coming back down here, and then it will probably stabilize around here. Somewhere in this zone is where it stabilizes. I don't think it can do much more. Nick Empower, thank you for your donation. Good luck with that one. Hernan C, morning Tom. Can we look at WPC? Let's do that one. $5 could be where that sits. WPC is literally coiling like a boss. That is full on coil fest. Some type of lower or kind of higher lows. And more importantly, there's just this huge amount of craziness that's going through here. All I would like to see from this is a closure above 72. Now it's trading at 69 now. That is, I don't even know if I've seen a chart like this recently that's been so consolidated with chop. Get above 72 this time round. I think you could be looking at 76 plus and even more. Go to the weekly, see how it's been holding. Yeah, it's never actually held a weekly. I don't care. Yeah, so it's never held a weekly above 72. So that'll be your signal that the thing's going much, much longer. 76 still could be a problem, but I think at that point you're starting to talk about the 88s plus. It's doing well. It needs to find bullish intentions very soon, Hernan C, and it's only down 0.42 today, so hopefully it continues up here. Kathy bought more Palantir now. Yeah, I would say so. She's probably trying to buy that thing hard. This is when you stand on the sidelines and watch, say, Bloodbath McGrath. Yeah, you can certainly do that. I noticed that BTC just bounced off that every area. Futures very ugly. Futures very ugly. Did we just hit... Let me go to the 5-minute chart. Alt-R, by the way. Alt-R if you're on a PC and using TradingView. If you're interested in finding out more about TradingView, you can click on the description below. BlockFi as well. We are sponsored by those guys, so you can check them out if you're interested. 51,000. This is where a little bit of 5-minute resistance might come through. Got to the 53.65. We'll continue to watch this through. I still think 52 is the main level of resistance now, and this 51 little area is just a miniature amount of resistance and support. The future will be better tomorrow, says Social Sumo. Future's very ugly, indeed. Indeed they are. So we are now only 37 minutes away from the open. 2,200 people here. Perfect. Thank you so much, Dave. The admins do a great job here, guys. We're at 970 likes. Let's do it, people. Let's get to 1,000. A little bit of resistance being met by selling pressure. DOT 2923. XRP 4880. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. Oh, we'll bring the Nasdaq up. A lot of people want... Here's a like, bro. Some Hebo. Thank you. Please say something about air swap. Do you mean air tasker, Jack John? What's air swap? Is that actually a thing? Oh, it's a crypto. I'm thinking it's Airtasker because that's an Australian stock. But I love NFL. Well, that's good. Sheebull. NFL's good. I watch it a couple of times a year. Mostly basketball, though. Craig Harry Taylor says, Tom, another disappointing number. Weekly jobless claims tumble to lowest level in more than a year. That's starting to stack. That really points to this is bad. Why I say this is bad is all these little bits of crappy news that come out, all these red high impact news. I'll bring it on the screen so you can see it. And I'll explain something about news that you guys need to know, because news is super important to understand how this whole system works. And it doesn't work necessarily the way you think it works. Okay. Here we have our Forex Factory news page. You can get these calendars anywhere though. And you'll notice that it's set to my time, so you've got to ignore that. When you start to get bits of news coming out, and let's say it all starts stacking through. So here's unemployment claims, blah, 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 Fed Chair Powell, etc. When all the bits of US news start stacking up, negative, miss, what you've got to pay most attention to, and what the big guys pay attention to, is how many misses do they have? How many gains do they have? If you have 7 gains and 7 misses, theoretically, you are relatively neutral. Therefore, a non-farm payroll isn't going to have that much impact. If you have 15 misses and 3 good ones, then when you have a non-farm payrolls, which is the monthly jobless claims next week, it has more impact. So the market is starting to pressure down because these bits of news are impacting together. That's my thought process. Is why one of the things I've always stuck to throughout the last couple of years and really throughout my trading career, trying to figure out how many misses are there, how many gains are there. So at this point, look, the NAS is finding a little bit of support. We'll play the intro to get this thing back above 12,750. Let's do it right now together. We need to do it right now because I need this thing above 12,750, damn it. Let's do it. I need water too. Where the hell am I? There we go. I'll mute it up for 1 second. All right, I think we all needed that one. Now let's see if that pushed the Nasdaq back up. 12,742. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. We need 12,750, not this 4240 stuff. So why is this level so important? Just to quickly confirm for everyone, let's move back over to the other scene. It is because this level of support here is the zone. It is the zone of multiple buying areas. Buying. And when it gets through here, just like we saw with BTC before when it had that big fall through, it gravitates to the next zone. Where is the next zone if it closes below here today? Well, the bears are back in control. They pull it down to 12,300, and that is the area that we start to focus on back in the structure, back in the buying pressure. Let's go out to the bigger time frame here on US. Actually, we'll change to Nasdaq NDX to do our better analysis. You should always use the real market. See why this area is so important. We picked it last time on the channel. We were luckily correct together as a community that this is the good area and the good zone. And then now if it breaks through, it starts putting more pressure back on there. Let's have a look at the weekly scenario here. Why is this also so important? Because this weekly 20 has held through this entire bull run of the last 12 months. It's now basically 12 months. So the entire bull rally has held. But I'm about to show you a terrifying chart that I have never, and I repeat, never seen on any market index ever. And I mentioned this on the channel. I have never seen this type of strange rejection volatility at the top of a market. This is the Nasdaq here on the monthly. Look, it doesn't happen. I don't care where you go back to. You find it. You can send it to me in an email. We're back here. Back in the 90s. There ain't no candles like these two candles. These are rejection candles. And there is, at this stage in March, a very pivotal point. It hasn't closed below here. It's tested below during the session, but it hasn't closed below. So this is how much is riding on the bull market right now. These are hideous looking candles. Long leg doji, indecision, crazy looking top that reaches and then sells off, and then possibly a bearish candle after that. That's not the type of thing we want. So that's why a lot of these zones are important, and watching this through the rest of the sessions will be important. We're at 12,730. Our music didn't hold it up. We're going to have to get a literal fence out today for the session. Speaking of session, we're only half an hour away from it. Sorry about that. Very important that we do this. XRP is pumping. When you say pumping, if it's like 49 cents, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough, green energy. I was hoping it's enough, but it's not enough. Donation coming in here from Mike H. Thank you so much. US $4.99. Please talk about Funko if you haven't already. I just got here sitting on a small profit from yesterday. Should I get rid of it? Well, I think the answer is most likely due to the dolphin, because the dolphin was going crazy and then now is not. 1920. So I said that, look, it makes the most sense for Funko to move through, but you've also got to find here, why did it go up through this middle March section? Was it the same reasons? This current hyperactivity, you're back down 19-ish dollars right on the support, resistance becoming support here on Funko. So yeah, look, it had a massive big run up on it. It's crashed. The dolphin seems a lot worse. But all of this area here, if it comes back down again, it'll be 16-ish dollars. So look, 19 into 16 is nowhere near as bad as it's going to be for those other NFT kind of things. Funko makes some sense as well with the platform, with the kind of concept, everything like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's right around the area where you would hope support is found. It's only down 1% pre-market. Yeah, I mean, it's not my type of investment. But you've got to make your own decisions. All I can tell you is it's on a support or it's on a resistance from a technical perspective. So it is on support right now. And the next support, unfortunately, would be probably around the 16s. So that's how low it could go after this point. Let's read some stuff from the chat here. AAPL reaching VWAP last call. Raza says, yep, VWAP's a good one if you trade very small timeframes. We'll be looking at that through a scalping lesson at some point. VWAP is good. Check round the markets at this stage, coming in half an hour or 28 minutes before we get open here. US 100, 12,742. You've got to look at PLTR. I've looked at PLTR. Has it gone green? No, it hasn't gone green. I've looked at PLTR. I don't like it. It's bad. I'm sorry. It had a horrible daily close. This is the exact thing you didn't want to happen. 21.15. Supposedly Kathy Wood just purchased even more of this thing. She's going all in. This will either be a glorious thing for Kathy or it'll go real bad. And what I mean by that is she is doubling down hard on her conviction. And I applaud people that have conviction and go for it. But if it doesn't work out and Wall Street want to teach her a lesson, it's like a lot of other fund managers. Sometimes they've had success and then they fail on the next couple of years. I like a lot of the companies she picks though. They're not too bad. Square is a good company, I think. 21.88, 21.10. I think 20 is definitely achievable here. The big problem with PLTR trades, guys, is there is not much left-hand support. So it ran so hard. Where could it go to? I mean, it could be 16, it could be 14, could be anywhere. Andrej says, of course, PLTR looks bad because Ark bought it. I don't like PLTR, George A says. Thoughts on Pinterest, thoughts on Snap. Snap got ripped. Isn't Snap crazy? Is Twitter going down? People saying Twitter. Twitter is the biggest scary stock of all. Oh, that is nasty as well. 2.67%. Make or break for Twitter. 60-40 kind of break. I tell you what, a lot of these big, it has to happen because look at the gap fill here for Twitter, back to 56. I told everyone on stream I hated this thing up here. I hated it a long time. I didn't even want to look at it. I think I ignored it completely, even when people asked me about it, because it was bad. It was a hyper-extended evil thing. Look at how hyper-extended it was. Too far away, too much hype into it. This must hold previous 21, but obviously incredibly gamblery. I think that probably further pressure down here is possible for Tilray. Maybe it goes back to that 1830. It's in the structure zone again. This is not necessarily based on fundamentals. It's just something that we've been talking about here on the stream for some time. Twitter is too big to fail? Oh, absolutely, RVA. We're not saying it fails. It's just going to hit like an interesting level. A few people want Pinterest. Let's have a look at Pinterest. Pinterest down 3.59 in the open. Still very strong looking chart though compared to all the others. You know where your big heavy support is. $64, $65 there for Pinterest. Right around that zone is the most important area for you to be looking at. Nothing wrong with that one, I don't think. Bitcoin back under 51,000 at this point. Welcome back, Tom. Wait, what happened? What do you mean? Did my stream die? Is it back? So I'm just talking to myself. The whole thing died. Yeah, I can see it in the chat. Wait a second. Let me have a quick look. Sorry, I got to check this out. I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay, it looks like it is back. Sorry, guys. Error 401. Refresh. YouTube's dead. I died. Where was I even? I don't even know what I was talking about. It did lag, hodl. It's back. Well, the good news is that... Oh, there's actually not much good news. Since I left you, nothing much good has happened. Let's have a look around the market. Pre-market here. Nike getting bashed. Is that due to the China... Something to do with China news, I believe? Biogen, ADP, Hershey chocolates. People are depressed. They're eating the chocolates. Berkshire Hathaway. The boomer stocks are up. And then on the bad side, Baidu getting real... I mean, this is getting obliterated. I got to look at this on a chart. Baidu, BIDU, and Nike, 5.47. SEA, 4.3%. Square coming in at 3.65. DocuSign, Tesla, better than it was. Was over 3, now 2.7. Things are improving. Let's have a look at Baidu. I need to see this chart. Oh, it's really bad. I mean, that's a pretty big decline for such a behemoth company. 33%. What's Alibaba doing? Holding barely. Holding on to dear life on the support of 227. Oh, actually, 224 this morning. 224. Wow. 224. This is just, it's getting destroyed as well. Nike, how bad is it for this one? Nike actually breaking under serious level of support. I mean, 130 was a huge zone for Nike, and it's going to gap underneath there. That's a huge zone. I mean, that's a dead set channel. That's a dead set channel. Wow, you can just see why these rallies mean so much for today. That's terrifying. 110. 120, 110. Yeah, Nike's... That's a dead set channel, so... Stimulus gone for China. Yeah, so I had that in the stories. Here it is. Chinese stocks, of course, 15% plunge shows what happens when the stimulus ends. So stimulus has ended or at least gone in the market. And there's one thing about the Chinese market that you got to be careful of, and it's why I kind of pulled out on it last year. I don't really like the fact that they are prepared to take stimulus away and then they pump it back in at key levels. So we saw that with the Shanghai Composite. It gets way too overheated and they're prepared to pull it. So if you have a look here at the Shanghai Comp, and I think this is just such an important thing for people to check out. When is... Let me see if I can bring this up here. This will be it. Just want to show you how bubbles form. If you're not familiar with bubbles in Asia, they get crazy. when it happens, it gets crazy. That was insane. And I still remember talking to people overseas. It was just a wild time. A Baidu will certainly endure. Absolutely it will. And we're not talking about crashes and it's going to blow up or anything. It's just a bad looking TA. So that's the type of thing that can happen. And then the support goes out or the froth kind of comes out. They don't want that to happen again. So they're pressuring the market back down to what they think is fair. And there will be an opportunity on it at some point. Like, here is pretty big buying pressure, you would think, on this market. This is not the one, though, that's getting the main pressure put through it. Let's have a look at the US 10-year Treasury, still falling, 1.6 achieved. This was our target after seeing the double top breakthrough. So good work to the guys out there that correctly identified this. Look around the markets. We've got Tesla coming in at a 2.95% down, 611. We've got the Nasdaq coming in at a 12,720. So we are almost at the exact low of the last rally spike, which is not ideal to be at an open. I actually thought it would open around 12,750. It looks like it's going to go even lower. We are 17 minutes off open, not that long to go. 17, 18 minutes off open. So here we are. This is the low. No lower than this for sure. But yeah, things must hold above. I would like to see a closure above 12.8. 12.8 closure above through the charts. Otherwise, the rally is over and we go back down to the 12,300. Let's see what the chat is saying here. Twitter, we had a look at that one before. BTC already broke the trend line support. Yeah, BTC certainly got through those key zones. We watched that before live as well. We watched the 4-hour absolute nastiness on those candles and then the flow through that happened straight away. It's now putting pressure on that 50,000 level. There's a bit of lines above it that I've been looking at. Deep red today. PLTR to 15 buy market, says Hebo. Yep, it could certainly go down. There's just not much structure around the zones. Uber will break 20 is the only level that it can really find. Uber will break 50 today. Yeah, Uber's expensive. Tom, you're not going to like this, but I made a decent bag on crypto kitties at the beginning of crypto winter. I would imagine degenerates that don't know how to short markets will come running. Nothing wrong with making the money in it, Sean. I don't mind. It's fine if you make... Look, what I'm trying to do is I want you guys to be smart. You guys are going to be smart. And then if other people want to make crazy mistakes, they can do that. Other people can make the crazy mistakes. Jack Ma is working at KFC now. I like that one. Truly Messiah. Jack Ma in there. Maybe a head and shoulders on Baidu. Yeah, that Baidu chart is... You can't chart that stuff. Don't try to chart don't chart too much on the bear side or even the bull side currently on the Chinese stocks. I just think they're very scary. You need to get it to calm down, find some really heavy supports before you take any decisions. It's just so difficult. TripAdvisor. DDog looks oversold. Actually, I want to look at DDog. DDog's a company. I don't mind the old DataDog. 2.78%, 79. So you'll notice with DataDog, when you go out to the weekly, that it is already very close to its lows. So all of this level is heavy buying support. A lot of hypergrowth stocks are at heavy buying support, and the rest of the market's kind of like catching up with it. 12,719 now on the NAS, so it is going to be a bit of a bloodbath. Even though it only looks down 0.74% off the back of a 2% day, this means a lot because we know what's at stake here from a bull buy pressure. It's going to be a very interesting first half an hour of trading. $79 pre, 77, 78 previous support buying, was as high as 120. Look, DataDog's a great company with good earnings. It did in March hit $50 before in Feb before the crash through. So it doubled basically, or not quite doubled at this price. A fair level. And if you have high conviction in the company and high conviction in these stocks, there's always opportunities. Yeah, there's always opportunities. AMD has no chips. I got my new AMD. I supported the stock. I don't know where it is, but I did buy a new AMD processor, so I have a better streaming computer. I bought the 5800X because there was no 5900s, and I got a sweet deal. Thank you, Afterpay. Anyone in Australia will know what I mean by the sweet, sweet deal that happened. No dropout for you, Dane. Okay, well, I'm not sure why it dropped out for so many. This is the beginning of the shareholder economy. Okay. US 100 now, 12,714. Let's load into our four screener. Let's load the AMC, the GME, the Tesla, and the NAS. Okay, let's load these up. We're on the small time frames here, 5 minutes. The Tesla will have to come in pretty low as well. Let's go to the 1 minute for Tesla. See how it's going to be trading. Here it is. Whoa, pre-market down at 607. We saw NEO getting obliterated before. We'll have to load these down as well. We're going to go 1 minute on GME. We have to see how that thing trades through. Maybe I'll do a bit of a poll with the community on what we should have, whether we should have AMC and GME still. Should we still have AMC and GME on the left-hand side, guys? What do you guys think? What do you want to see on this? AMD kettle chips, mate. Sweet. Kettle chips are bloody oily. They used to be so hideously oily. I remember you eat one, you're like, the oil is so bad. The oil is so bad. Is AMC going to squeeze? Oh, well, if it's going to have a go, it's 9. I'm not in the faith, though, on quite a lot of these things. And the real reason is the GME situation. We've got Tesla. Don't worry. GME situation is, I'm thinking 90. And that's because previously when it's gone this kind of low, it's gone towards the 90. AAPL, no, please, no, ditch AMC, get rid of it. GME, yes. Look at you guys go. AMC is over, maybe GME. Look, GME's got the more interesting TA on it. I think it's going to lead. It always leads the charge. AMC now has lost its own sentiment. So it's all time for the other one. AMC down 1.66%. GME flat at 0.81. BTC should be down there. That's probably true. Nasdaq on the left. You want the Nasdaq over here? All right, we can put the Nas over there. Why not? We'll put the Nasdaq over there for you. And therefore, I will put... All right, this is what I'm going to do. Because I think GME is going to tell us the situation anyway. And then up the top right, we're going BTC. I made the executive decision of putting this one here. I just want to see how it trades. So we've got Nasdaq top left. We've got GME here, which pretty much will be trading in line or giving us direction for AMC. And we've got Tesla sitting at a 610 pre. We are 11 minutes off open. Guys, thanks so much for the support. I know we lost quite a few people before, unfortunately, due to the stupid dropout, but we are still here. Lost 5K. What's going on? I'll probably lose a little bit more than you today. That's all right, though. The point is that you have to have either, if you have an investment portfolio, you got to be prepared, especially in the old hypergrowth, you got to be prepared for the moves. SPX, I'm not going to put the SPX on the chart because the NAS is the one we must watch. 38.73 though for the S&P 500. So 38.73. BTC 51,000. US dollar is trading at 92.61. So it's actually not up that much. Treasury yields, no one's caring about them anymore. Little surprise, that's actually not the main problem. That is not the main problem. That suddenly that narrative's gone and now we've got new bearish narratives, Suez Canal, etc., etc., etc. Look at the NAS, guys. Look at it go. 12,739. Come on. Back to 40. Michael Davis says, Australian $2. So much red going to happen for bulls. Indeed, it is going to be a red day for the bulls. But all hope is not lost as long as the daily close. I tell you guys this time and time and time and time again. The chat knows. What is the key to the day? Tell me now, chat. What is the key to the day? What's the most important thing you look at on the candle charts on the day? Silver seeing a little support from back in 2020, late 2020. I don't think... Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the support around that 24.50. We looked at it before. 24.50. With silver, if you day trade that thing, all it really is every 50 cents is important. Every 50 cents, you line it up, find good structure around the 50 cents. If you understand the instrument, you can do a lot better. Silver, I'm telling you, it is every 50 cents. Chuck it, just chuck horizontal lines on it. You'll be like, Tom knows this. The close, you guys got it. Support levels, the close is the key. You guys know the scandalous close, the last hour in the close. Yeah. So anyone that says, the 3 p.m. is important or something. No, not really. It's the last hour. I find the futures that happens after it is usually fake. So sometimes you see like this movement, it goes negative at the end, and then it goes like mega negative on the futures. When that happens, I don't really pay that much attention necessarily to the mega negative, but definitely the close is the key. Yesterday, just quickly here, these were the closes. See what happens through the session? This is the happy hour. This is when we're all here going pre-market. Yeah, woo, let's do it. Look at the IWM, possibly the biggest traded sector or area of retail herd community. And it goes bullish initially. And then by the end of the day, it was the worst performing sector. That is full on Wall Street manipulation into retail traders. Look at it. It's horrible. Nasty, nasty. That yellow line is IWM, the Russell. The NAS as well starts, goes positive, and then goes nastily red by the end of the day. Here we are, ready for the open. Derek, for many zeros, for Hong Kong, $10. Thank you so much, Derek. I'm holding 30 Tesla at 660. Should I drop them? Man, I can't answer that question, Derek. I can't answer it. I've given you levels. That's all I can do. I can give you the education levels and try for you to make your own decisions. I appreciate your donation, but yeah, I can't give advice on the channel. I can only educate you and do the technical analysis. So the thing with where Tesla is right now, look, it's not looking good at a 630. Obviously, the other EVs are even pushing further down, but Tesla could rally off one important point. Let me just load it. Tesla could randomly rally at 624. I know it's lower than that pre right now, but it could randomly rally early. It just doesn't look that great, though. It looks like it wants to go back down to the 550s, etc. From a TA perspective, yesterday was the bad point. That's why it's continued to fall through. What is this? 620? Yeah, 620, that kind of zone. Good luck, but yeah, can't tell you anything about those zones. I'm sorry, man. Add the protective stop. I mean, yeah, you can do those things, but options are very expensive as well. On Tesla. Tesla options are crazy. We'll go through the cost and IVRs and stuff one day on the stream. It's going to be nuts. If you're enjoying the stream as well, guys, please remember to subscribe, support the channel. It really does help us out. Neo will think it will end lower today. Yeah, Neo is looking really way more terrifying. Could you give feedback on SPY new to your channel? Look, the feedback on SPY is really, it's being driven here by tech. We can see that early. SPY is down 0.51. Tech is down 0.67%. So it is driven mostly by hyper growth, mostly by tech. SPY has a lot of tech in it. So whatever the Nasdaq does, it does a little bit less. I will give you this opinion on it. And that is that this is the rotation we've seen for 2 days now. Energy back in, financials back in, industrials and materials still the strongest sectors. So because these are the strongest sectors and they make up a portion, the value area, we are seeing the bigger pressure come into the tech side. So the SPY is really, just trading off those zones. I'll load the SPY up and give you my TA on it. Okay, we need to use SPX actually. So 38.89, you'll see that was the previous buy support. This close below the 20 is never a good sign. So close below the 20 hasn't happened in any of the big bullish kind of movements. 20 moving average, buy, 20 moving average, buy, 20 moving average, buy, close below, move to the 50. Now, that could be what we see here, a move towards the 50. Notice, so if the S&P 500 comes down here, let's say it gets to, where is it trading now? 75. So the S&P 500 could actually get to like 3,800 flat. And at the same time, the NAS could actually be hitting 12,300. So it really is way more recovery in the value stocks and way less recovery in the other pairs. So it's a full-on sector rotation here. If you're new to the channel as well, have this giant trend line on your charts. If you don't have the God trend line, you're missing out on good TA. That is the God trend line. It has predicted many great pullback levels on the channel. And anyone that's been here for a long time will attest to I've literally had that on the charts for a long, long time. I always have it there. That's the God channel. Tesla now 2.94%. We're 3 minutes away from the open here, guys. Let's look around the markets. Pre-market here, Baidu, Nike, definitely the two big one down. Not much green. 3M is green. Actually, I had a pretty good chart on it the other day. I should have shown it to you. SEA, Square down 4%. Moderna, Okta, CrowdStrike down 3.5%. NXP Semiconductors. What else? Teladoc 2.6, 177. It is a bloodbath in hypergrowth and big, what was, I guess, the biggest, bestest technology companies. Let's go to the watch list here. Let's see what's happening there. Churchill Group was down quite a lot. Molecular, GameStop now 2.21% up. Not that strong, but still there. Was about 6 to 7. I think it was actually 9% at one point during the pre-open. AMC 0.33. On the others, what have we got? Riot Blockchain 13.8%. Oxygen 4.99. Sundial 4.89. So all of the weed stocks also moving down. Palantir, look, 2.83. I believe Ark purchased more, but it's just not enough. 2 minutes till the open. Let's read some more chats here. Take the stim checks from the retailers and short everything. That is pretty much what has been happening. Yeah, a lot of manipulation onto probably stealing the short checks or the checks. Hi, Bud. Historically, these last few days, they are a pattern, institutional control of the market, leading to panic selling from retailers. It is a clear attack on retail. I believe it's kind of been like that since they began the sell on hyper and attacking really the Ark kind of philosophy as well. Look, there were some overpriced stocks and they're taking advantage of that. They're also taking advantage of the rallies that are happening in stocks, like Tesla's rallied hard multiple times off retail community, and then it's failed multiple times as well. Dane says the key to the day is how much coffee you have at the close. That is probably true. If you have no coffee left, then you probably know it could have been a real bad day because you were drinking like crazy. Let's take some profit today, then go back to bed and forget the past ever happened, said Jager Croft. VIX back up. VIX is moving at 22, up 3.73%. So here we go, guys. We are ready for the open. 30 seconds to go till we get here. I've got the bell. I've flown over to the US during the pandemic. I've got the bell. I bought it back for you guys in the community. So we have it here to play when the market opens. Here we are. Get hyped. Get the rockets out. Get the bears or the apes out, whatever you want. 10 seconds to go till the open. Whew. I'm a bit scared. I might go hide under the table. Here we are. The bell and boom. Woo. And we're off to the races, as some people would say. All right, there we go. The bell has been bought from America. I got my own copy. 12,724, the NAS. Initial selling and panic is happening here. Let's see if the 12.7 hits. GME 127 buying pressure, 6.17. Very quick in the market there with buying pressure. And where are we on Tesla? Where'd Tesla go? There it is, 6.15. So it's lower. 6.15. Hunter TJ, $5 donation there. Thank you so much, Hunter TJ. Appreciate your support of the channel. So we're open here, guys. 51,056. BTC not moving that much. Let's load up the the S&P 500 to see how that's trading differently and the similarities and differences between them. AMC up $9, 909 up 0.6% for anyone that's interested. I'll quickly scroll through here. Net closed, net 3.97% down. TDOC opened 3.65% down. Square down 4.5%. Very aggressive selling there in the open here. US 500 now rallying a little bit. This is only 1 minute chart, so it's just not enough. I'd like to see the NAS support 12,750 early in the session. Like very early in the session, ideally. Lovely March crash into April bullish pumpy, Kappa says. Yeah, Cappuccino. I like your name, Cappuccino. Yes, it's very... YouTube is... We're breaking the internet. The stock traders are breaking the internet. YouTube is dying. Very frustrating on have been here. I kind of agree with all of your statement there, other than maybe the super crash. I mean, 20% is possible, but yes, very important that you understand that there are cycles going on here in Bitcoin. There are cycles. Actually, Bitcoin back up now strong as well, 51,590. So 52 will act as some resistance, I believe. Look at the Bitcoin rainbow. The Bitcoin rainbow has been amazingly accurate. I love the Bitcoin rainbow. Very cool. So everything that was red before is now less red. Net now 2.27, Square 3.15, TDOC 3.29%, Tesla 2.3% down. Not as bad as it was. They are hating on me. That's true. Yeah, I'm not really too sure why we're dropping so many people. It kind of sucks. US 500 putting pressure back on here. And GME 123. So zones to watch today, guys, as we always do at the end of the session. Let's have a look, see if we can kind of detail out what we want to be watching. Bitcoin, you want to watch the 52,000 interaction. S&P 500 and NAS, you probably want to watch exactly where they are. We want to look at the closes, 12,750, 12,800. Those zones at the close are important. S&P 500, I'm less interested in where it kind of finishes because I think the NAS is the key one. GME situation, I still think this could go to 90. I'm sorry, guys, that I want it to go up. It doesn't look like with the close that happened yesterday, it will be good. Maybe I'm wrong and sentiment will improve, but sentiment could push to 90. We have that 87, 90 area that's happened a few times before. Yeah, it looks like it's lagging. I'm losing tons of viewers. It's just like thousands of people have just like bailed. So I will call it short here. I want to go and have a quick look at this sneaky market myself today. So I will have to leave you, but remember, close is the key. Nasdaq hopefully just found support at 12,700. Have faith in what you're holding in your investment. This is a bumpy patch.